Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Bigler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And I'm live in San Francisco. How's it going, everybody? Good morning. It's the Nerdrotic Nooner. We made it to another Monday. Greetings, Mary Ashmead, Kato Roan, Halam899, who's probably watching for the first time again, CD Horde, Movie Fanobi. Thank you for the super chat, Movie Fanobi, which said, I got to go up there. Fire Marshal Gary, only you can prevent Blu-ray fires. Yeah, that was the thing. We'll talk about that. There were some interesting comments in the chat for that. Yeah, we'll get to that. Sebastian Simonson, greetings and good morning. Andre Merrick, how are you? How are you? Our newest patron, Morks, it's good to see you. It's good to see everybody on a Monday morning. Sculpted leather art by Viking Bitch, of course. Cameron Hamilton, how's it going? Hoscat, greetings. Oh, you got the notification. I didn't get one yet, so we'll see. Mr. Twisted 72, Liam Hodgetts, greetings. Pen Farm Girl. It's good to see the group, the gang here. Well, we're going to talk about, it's mainly just going to be talking with you. I kind of just sifted over the news, and it's like leftover stuff from the weekend. If anything big hits while we're on, I'll let you know. But yeah, it was a crazy week for our channel last week. Amazing growth. Yeah. We always like growth, don't we? Growth is a good thing. Sorry, I don't want to slide into all the dick jokes that we do for Titans, but yeah, we've gotten over 400 subs in the 500 subs in the last few days. That is brilliant. Yeah, and we've only just begun, so I'm very excited. So welcome to all the new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, we mainly cover television here. Now, there hasn't been a ton of television for us to cover. We're kind of picky with what we cover. So look out for January. We're going to be covering, I think, 8 shows. So that's going to be rather exciting. But while as we fill time till then, we're covering Titans, Doctor Who. I'm going to go back to doing videos for Manifest and Gifted just towards the end. In December, we have the Orville counterpart, Night Flyers. And of course, we'll continue with Titans, and Young Justice is premiering right after Titans is done. I know I've been saying Doom Patrol. I was wrong about that. So it's going to be Titans, Young Justice, Doom Patrol, then I think it's Swamp Thing and Harley Quinn. So we're just going to get a constant rush of TV from DC Universe, and of course that'll be the same with Star Trek. That is my dog. If they're going to be barking, they bark at anything that goes by now, which is really good for security, to be honest with you. So I'm okay with it. Plus, they're good dogs. Good dogs. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff coming up. So the news that we're going to go over is I really want to talk about again the lack of reporting for this Star Trek lawsuit. If you guys go to comicbook.com and Variety and Deadline, and you see like they report tweets. I've got an example here. It's a good tweet, but comicbook.com just made an article about a Jim Steranko tweet that basically says, "Hey, goodbye, Stan. It's really nice and sweet." But you won't report a plagiarism lawsuit against Star Trek that is, it hasn't been thrown out of court, so there must be enough validity to it for it to continue, and more names are getting added, and we just did an update on that. It's really interesting, and it's not brought on by some hack. I'm assuming, I'm gonna guess he's younger than me, so I'll say a young man who is creating a video game for Steam, and he was minding his own business back in 2014, doing this video game, and all of a sudden a Star Trek show comes out that looks a lot like it in a lot of ways, beyond where it can be a coincidence. One thing, sure, a coincidence. 2, 3, 4 things, man, that's pretty crazy. But what's crazier is nobody is saying anything, and we know why. I know why. It's because we are dealing with access journalism, and I put journalism in air quotes, and that's why people are coming to YouTube now. And I am not a journalist. I'm not a critic. I'm not a commentator. If anything, I'm a critic-tator. maybe a little bit critic, a little bit commentator, but yeah, I'm just a bloke with a microphone. So if you're new, my geek cred is, well, I'm a lifelong nerd, have been since the day I was born. I worked in Hollywood briefly for a couple years. I owned a comic shop in San Francisco for 10 years. So I've had skin in the game, and I know a little bit, and I've got, I learned a lot while I was there, and I tried to learn as much as possible about my profession while I was in it, both of them. And I continue to love them this day. I did not like working in Hollywood. That is why I left. I had an opportunity to stay and move up the ladder and everything. And yeah, and I've turned down very good jobs. The pay wasn't very good, but the jobs were good. So yeah, I turned down a job for Lucasfilm. It was, yeah. It was audio archiving, so it wasn't the greatest job in the world, but it was a job at Lucasfilm. But honestly, it was like $16 an hour. So it's like, and I was in my 30s, and yeah, I was like, nah, no, I'll just stick it out at the comic book shop. And I'm glad I did. But that was during the recession. Things were tough. So I brought in a partner. I still own the comic shop. I was still running it from afar while I was working a job, while my wife was owning a salon. Yeah, that was fun. That wasn't a strain on our marriage at all. Yeah. So let's get to the chat. And we'll also, there's George R. R. Martin came out and said something pretty crazy about Aegon the Conqueror. Yes, we're gonna get into more Game of Thrones. I love talking about Game of Thrones. I mean, maybe it makes some of you fall asleep. Definitely makes Dennis fall asleep, but I fucking love it. That'll be later though. We'll talk more about Stan, and I want to talk about The Boys TV show and Derek Robertson, and we'll start it off right here. I can make the official announcement. Now, we made it Friday, and it was supposed to be last Sunday. Derek and I sent an email to his old email address, and I didn't know his old email address, so we didn't have time to set up the interview, which is good because I wanted a week to promote this. So Derek Robertson from Transmetropolitan, he's a co-creator of Transmetropolitan, The Boys, Happy. If you haven't heard of his comic books, you've certainly heard of the show Happy. You've heard of the show Boys, which is going to be on Amazon. Those are based on comic books that Derek was an artist in and a co-creator. He's a co-executive producer for The Boys. He will be joining us live next Sunday, November 25th, Thanksgiving weekend, right here on the Nerdrotic channel. You can talk to him. You come with your questions. He'll answer them. I'm sure he'll tell a story or two about Stan. He's a good talker. He's a good storyteller, one of the best storytellers I've ever known. And yeah, he's just a good dude. I've known him for quite some time, and I'm very happy to finally have him on here. So I'm very excited. So 2 p.m., 11:25, right here on the Nerdrotic channel, Derek Robertson. And I'm glad we're getting him on before, his show premieres and he just blows up. He's been sending me pictures of him with like Carl Urban and Simon Pegg. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm really happy for him. He's been drawing comics since he's a self-taught artist. And go check out some of his art. He's amazing. And he's been doing this for almost 3 decades, and it's finally paying off for him. He's seen, Rob Liefeld, go from obscurity to famous artist, back to obscurity to, in the limelight again because of Deadpool, and good for Rob. Really proud of him for that. But Derek is, Derek is part of comic book history. One of the best cyberpunk comics ever made, Transmetropolitan, which it really needs to be made into a show. And IO9 did an article today on how like the cyberpunk trope is over. What? We're going to talk about that later too. But I mean, it's IO9. They're kind of lame. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. Very excited about having Derek on. Let's get to you in the chat before we get to, again, there's not a ton of news. I want to go over the Anas Abdeen thing again. And yes, we're going to talk about Bill Maher. I'm not going to talk about his real far stretch, where his conclusion to where comic books led. That's ridiculous. But we're going to talk about Bill as a commentator and why we should, as a comedian, as somebody who just spouts stuff to entertain you, that's fine. I haven't watched his show since it was politically incorrect and it wasn't on HBO. That's how long it's been since I've watched him. So He got a lot of attention, and that's great. But I don't want to get in the politics of it. We'll talk about it later because right now I want to talk to you guys. So we'll get up there. What's up, Liam Hodges? And let's get got up here. So if the wrenches are hunches that the Gary is a monarch, is Dennis Dr. Girlfriend? Asked Joe. No. Um, I like Dennis as a friend. Dennis, no. Dennis would not make a very attractive woman. I think he'd be the first person to tell you that. I like gals. No, Melissa, she's Dr. Hairstylist. Dr. Hairstylist. Growth, hashtag growth is good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And thank you. And hello, JD Brisbois. How you doing? I appreciate it. Yeah, we hit 7,000 and kind of blew past it. And we've been getting a lot of subs. I don't know what it's from. Yeah, you know, I've been a little hard on Doctor Who this week. And I'm not done. I'll tell you that right now. I've got one more video coming out this afternoon, 3:30. It is scheduled for 3:30. It is done. It is in the can. It is ready to go. I don't know if I'm going to do a premiere or not. Maybe I'll do a premiere. We'll see. And yeah. But I mean, like, really, I'm probably not gonna talk about Doctor Who. Well, yeah, I'll probably end up talking about Doctor Who at some point today. Isn't Vikings coming out? Viking Bitch too. God, I gotta get caught up. There's so many shows I gotta get caught up on. Nerdrotic Doggy. Yeah, I've got 3 dogs. Mage Grey Wolf. I've got. They're all rescues, so I got 2 little ones and a big one. Rat Terrier is a Pekingese or something or other, and Chihuahua maybe. It's a weird looking dog. It's got like front legs like a sloth. They're really long, and she uses them like she can open a door. She can, boop, you know, it's crazy. And then we have a chocolate lab pit bull. There's a little bit of pit bull, and you can see it in the jaw. Named Parker, who's a big old softy. They found her on the road, on the freeway in Modesto, California, just walking around. So, speaking of dicks, just saw Titans episode 6 and really enjoyed it. Thumbs up, says JD Brisbois. Yeah, I'm still on the fence with the show. It's getting better. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's getting better. I still, when I compare it to other shows, it certainly is better to me than the CW DC stuff. I can't really comment on the CW DC stuff because I haven't watched it in a couple of years. So I honestly don't know if it's good or bad. I just know I dipped out when at a point to me where it was bad. It might have improved. I have no idea. Did I miss, you know, god damn it, I do these. Oh my god, I put Balmar. God damn it. See, this is what happens when you're fucking that's funny. Yeah, it is a Freudian slip where I'd like to kick him. This is what happens when you're like titling your shit on your phone. It's not a good idea. There we go. That's fixed. I can fix it. It's easy. Balmar. Yeah, that's where I would like to kick him. But yeah, I don't want to come out in defense, but it's like the guy did his job. He got a bunch of clicks. He got everybody to pay attention. He played provocateur. But he took on the wrong crowd because he lost a bunch of friends. Like he went right after the people, you know, and honestly, sometimes that's what he does, and that's okay. See, I liked Bill Maher back in the days when he was in the middle, where he would attack both sides equally. He stopped doing that a long time ago. Once in a while, he'll take a pot shot at his own side, but no. And you know, I am a politically, I'm in the center. I'm in the middle. I'm independent. I'm completely by the issue. And I've said that before. I'm most interested in local elections, which is a fucking horror show here in San Francisco. Okay. We'll just say that. It's an uphill battle. Property taxes go up every year, but that's, you know, that's my choice for living here. That's so, yeah, I can't really complain about it. Coyote Clone, how's it going? Bill Maher is a giant douche who can all kinds of go fuck himself. Yeah, he can. He can. Listen, the comic books are shared mythology. There's something obviously I am very passionate about. I sold them. I'm in it for life. His whole point, yeah, no, it's, uh, yeah, okay, yeah. I love comic books. That's all it is. So his attack on comic books, I think, was unfounded. It was based on bullshit. That's how he thinks about comics. That's fine. He was just trying to poke at people. But for them dumbing down America, no. There's a lot of things that have and honestly, I'm not one of those people who thinks America is dumb. Okay, I don't. And I don't think kids are dumb. I mean, yeah, I've got my issues with millennials like every person of my age does. But I mean, that's a normal generational thing. We all think the youth are going to be the death of us and blah blah blah. That's fine. We all think our music was better. Just we were I'm pretty much the first generation where I'm convinced our music is better than the previous. Now all the other ones were wrong before that, but our generation, our music was better. Some of the 60s stuff was pretty good too. But yeah, coming out against comic books and losing a lot of friends, people who, I mean, like most people in the comic book industry, as far as artists and stuff, those are big fans of Bill Maher. So the people you saw coming out against him on Twitter, it was kind of shocking. Well, I mean, of course they're going to defend comic books, but these are people who liked him. So, yeah, at first I was like, man, he really dug his own grave on this one, but he's done far worse to believe. I mean, like picking on comic books fans, I mean, fuck you for doing that, but he's done far worse and survived it. It's not going to make me watch the guy. And yeah, he's a total douchebag. And he, that's what we got to think about as our commentators. Okay. That's the whole point I want to talk about is Bill Maher is a provocateur. And I'll say he wasn't a very good comedian. He's a better commentator. He's very smug and pretentious. So he's very good at being smug and pretentious, but his actual stand-up comedy blows. And the last comedy special I watched, which was about a decade ago, 12 years ago, was a complete ripoff of Bill Hicks' Relentless or Rant in E minor. I can't remember. He just did Bill Hicks's routine from that album backwards, and go back and watch. It's the same fucking shit. So after I saw that, I'm like, well, for one, he's a thief. And allegedly, and that's when the last time I watched anything of his. So you think about kind of a failed comedian. He's a good commentator. He got a lot of pub in the early 90s, talking about the Iraqi war, and that's what got him booted from Politically Incorrect. And HBO picked him up, where the show's been on forever. And I have not watched a minute of it. Yeah, I don't watch a ton of stuff on HBO. I watch all their genre stuff, which is less and less these days. Supposedly that's going to change. God, remember when the Spawn cartoon was on HBO? That was awesome. The Spawn cartoon was awesome. But Bill Maher is a commentator. Like, what kind of a life has that guy led to commentate and tell and throw down judgment on anybody? By all accounts, he used to hang out at the Playboy Mansion like a lot. Like a lot. I don't know if he has kids or not. So I don't know like what his worldview is actually really closed. Sure, I'm sure he travels a lot and he talks to a lot of movie stars, but it's in that Hollywood bubble, and everywhere he travels is probably freaking, Four Seasons and, suites and first class air. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can afford that shit, good on you, mate. If I could, I would fly first class. Hell yeah, because I hate flying. And I'd like to be in a Barcalounger, but it's kind of a waste of money too. And yeah, just his worldview doesn't match anybody's. So why even like I don't put any weight into what he says? And people could say that about me, and people could say that about other commentators on YouTube, and you'd be right. I mean, people don't know like what my life experience is and stuff. I try to keep it, within comic and entertainment because that's where I've worked. I've worked in retail practically all my life, but I've also done like blue collar backbreaking jobs. I've God, railroad ties, fighting fires, working on cars, painting, maintenance. I've done all kinds of shit that's super blue collar. I've never been an executive anywhere. I've never been, small business owner. So that's my life perspective. So I'm going to be very, little guy looking out for that and retailing. I worked in record stores when I was young, uh, for many years, and it was fun. I loved it. Didn't get paid shit, but it was great. Official Dougie J, who pops up in the chat one time, heck, I used to be my boss. So at the warehouse, and we're also like lifelong friends. But you got to look at the life perspective. So like honestly, I'll hear what he says. It pisses me off. He's completely wrong about comics. But what does he know? And he's talking about Hardy Boy novels. Like, Jesus, I mean, like, he's talking about when he was a kid in the 60s. So this is older than me, right? And like, so this, what does he do for fun other than go to the Playboy Mansion? It doesn't sound like a lot, because a snarky, pretentious person that he portrays himself. I mean, this could be a complete act as far as I know. I don't know. But he doesn't seem super happy. Maybe he does need to read a comic book. Maybe have a little more fun. Maybe settle down. Maybe not go to the the Playboy Mansion's not there anymore. But go look for a good time elsewhere. There's lots of stories about Bill Maher. I'm not going to say them here, but lots of stories. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised there's a certain hashtag movement that hasn't come around on him yet. But maybe those stories aren't true. So maybe he's a solid dude. I don't know. But just, don't put too much weight in what he says. He got he was a genius as far as getting clicks and getting people to come over and spurg out on him. He lost some friends in the comic book industry who were probably 99% on his side. So that wasn't a good strategic move, but it got attention to a blog I didn't know existed. And it's funny is I Googled Bill Maher blog, and his blog didn't come up. It's every article of this. So it's kind of a bummer for him, but they all linked to his blog. So, and that's kind of what the game is. Maybe he probably didn't even think about it that much. He's like, it's like a couple of paragraphs. So I got some space to fill. Who can I piss off today? That's probably how much thought he put into it. I don't know. But, and as far as being a comic book fan, don't be ashamed. Honestly, this is how Hollywood sees you as the comic book fan, as the nerd still. I mean, we feel as nerds, we've made a lot of progress in like being accepted in society. The whole thing about being a nerd is not being accepted. I don't want to be accepted. I don't give a shit. Don't accept me, please. I want to be a niche industry. I have no problem with people looking at us weird. I'm getting I still get, I have freaking comic book tattoos. I've got a Ghost Rider tattoo and a Wolverine tattoo. People still look at me cross-eyed about those things here in San Francisco. So I don't care. But that's how Hollywood, most in Hollywood, how Hollywood execs, how the execs at CBS, that's how they see us. And that's not going to change. And that's fine. But believe me, as soon as, genre isn't cool anymore and comic books and superheroes aren't cool anymore, man, they will turn on us in a dime. And that's fine. I'm ready for that. As a matter of fact, I look forward to it. Please leave our shit alone. Go away. Go back to making, reality TV shows or whatever. Honestly, and then leave the sci-fi and the genre to the sci-fi and the genre people, please. It's been a nice experiment. They tried. And for the most part, with the big IPs, they've failed. Now, thankfully, there's still a ton of good shit out there to watch. There's more good stuff now than there has been probably ever. It's just there's more stuff now than there has been ever. What did Dennis say Friday night? Netflix put out like 700 separate TV shows and movies this year alone. So I can't imagine what the number is going to be next year. Let's get to the chat here. So that's what my thoughts on Bill Maher. It's like, the only power he has is what we give to him. It's like, yeah, definitely get mad, spout off. But honestly, the best thing to do would be just to completely ignore him. Because that, if you want to get to Bill Maher, That's how you get to Bill Maher. Wow, that's awesome. What's up, Movie Finobi? How's it going? Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Be a proud nerd, and you don't need anybody saying it's okay or not. As long as you're cool with it, fine. Read a comic book in public, and if people want to look down at you, then they don't know what they're missing. Feel sorry for them. Exactly, Hoscat. Bill who? Hail, friends and concubines. Thank you, Steele Johnson, for this $2 super chat. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Mr. Twisted 72. Exactly. I mean, this is the first and last time he will ever be mentioned here. So good on you, Bill. You got us to talk about it. And like I held off on it for a little while. Well, for one, because I wanted to read what he said. Listen, he's had some good points in the past, I guess. I've only seen blips on YouTube, but honestly, I don't care. I don't care what he thinks. I don't care what anybody thinks. If I did, I would not be on YouTube, believe me. Yes, Gary, ignore the haters and the things you don't like. The less attention they get, the faster they will go away. And yeah. So, and that's what I said on my Star Trek video last night when I was setting the Blu-ray on fire. Please check that out. The video was choppy. I'm sorry. I'll post the raw video on our website at nerdrotic.com where you can see it burn, like without being so choppy, because the frame rate didn't match to what. I don't want to bore you with that stuff. But as I was setting the Star Trek Discovery video on fire, which was a super chat request, which we honor here. Somebody gave me money to do that specifically. There was people in the chat saying you should don't should me with my stuff. I will do whatever I like with my stuff, and I will like whatever I like with my stuff. And if somebody asks me to do something, I'm going to do it. Plus, why would I give Star Trek Discovery to anybody? That's just mean. Why would I want to do that to somebody? I'm not a mean person. So I set it on fire. It's still here. Here's what's left of it. The water in here, by the way, is what I had to douse it with. It held up pretty good. As you can see, the bottom, you can't see that. It melted a little bit. But yeah. And it was a little performance art there. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah. So, that's we do what we do here. And it was fun. I was just having a little fun, and please don't take that stuff seriously. I don't wake up in the morning going, I want to hate Star Trek Discovery. How can I hate Star Trek Discovery? What's up, Robot Rob Shlomo? We all knew Bill Maher is a pretentious arsehole, but he wasn't above taking that sweet Marvel money to be in Iron Man 3. Oh, yeah, he was in Iron Man 3. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Well, now that Pope size, what is 50? I don't know what an SEK is. I'm sorry. I need to figure that out. Pope size. Thank you so much. Bill Maher is now definitely evidence that cannabis is bad for your brain. Yes. He is a proponent of the weed. And as you all know, I'm clean and sober, so I'm really not. But I think it should be legal, and you should be able to spark up whenever you like, except when you're driving. And that was the big holdup here in California, by the way, on weed, was there's no way to breathalyze or anything. So and yes, it does impair your driving, and don't come at me with any arguments that it doesn't, because it does. Do it at home. That's fine. Or go find a bar, please, it's legal. I want it to be illegal. I just don't want you to drive. And listen, I drive in San Francisco where everybody's freaking stoned anyway. I mean, like, pot's been illegal here just for a little while, but like, people in San Francisco have been smoking it on the streets for years because it's never been enforced here. But you do smell it everywhere. And I think there's this new type of stoner that was holding off until it was illegal. They were like good law abiding citizens. So they decided to like take up weed in their 50s and 60s because it's legal now. And oh man. Okay, so back to Star Trek Discovery. What I was saying with the setting that on fire and doing all the thing, but I said in that video that after season 2, if it gets renewed for season 3 and it's like we're just going to get more of the same, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going to review the show anymore. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm not going to speak about it anymore, because, like, for one, what good would it do if we're going to get 5 seasons of this kind of Star Trek Discovery? It'd be funny to make fun of it for 1 or 2 seasons, but like the joke would get old after a while. And plus, I just don't want to watch like as oh man, the Wilk Report tweeted wasn't sure he could get through season 2, and I kind of tweeted back to him like I don't think I could either, and then I pointed out 6 shows in January that are going to be on during Star Trek Discovery that are better. One of them, two of them I haven't seen, but I know they're going to be better. So like I'll try to remember off the top of my head here. The Counterpart will be on. Deadly Class, which is based on a comic book that's pretty good. Project Blue Book, which we saw previews of at Comic-Con, which looks amazing, which has Littlefinger in it from Game of Thrones. Oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna blank on the rest, but yeah, it's because I'm on live streaming. But yeah, I picked out 6 shows. Oh, Young Justice is gonna be on. There's gonna be some good stuff. Oh, and the Orville, yeah. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And yeah, the Star Trek will go will be at the bottom of that list. I don't even smoke weed and I want it to be legal. Right. I'm same way, Robot Shlomo. Tax the F out of it, make it legal. Problem is here in California, they're not getting the tax money they thought they were going to get because people are still buying it illegally. They still got their weed dealer for some reason. Maybe they came down on prices. You know, it's what the market will bear. Yes, we love the Orville. Happy season 2 will be out in Ticketman Blade. That will be out in March, I believe. It's going to be Easter related this year. And it looks, man, that was a good fucking trailer. If you want to see a good trailer, Happy season 2. Steel Johnson 420. We're not all bad. No. I love my stoners. Are you kidding me? I freaking the wife, Mrs. Nerdrotic. You know, she likes her little mints. She has her little THC mints or whatever she gets in her ice cream and stuff. No, fuck, you guys are awesome. Just don't drive, or you know, yeah, just don't. I mean, like if you had it, like maybe like I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm so old. I would say it would sound bad. If you smoked a little grass, don't drive. Okay. Do people say grass anymore? Last time I had weed was 90s, early 90s. So I'm sure it's much better now. Well, I smoke weed and I want it to be legal. Says Hozcat. There you go. No, it is legal. So there you go. That's fine. I heard that Young Justice will be released the first 3 episodes at a time. Does anybody know if that is true? Brian Fisher, I heard the same. It was Emergency Awesome reported that yesterday, and Charlie is pretty spot on with his news. So I would say yes, they are going to release it 3 episodes at a time, but they're splitting the season. So you're going to get I think maybe not. I don't know. I think no. Let me backtrack on that. It's going to be the first 3 episodes, and then I think they're releasing a single, or maybe I'm not sure, but they're splitting the season. So you're getting the first half before Doom Patrol, and then the second half after Doom Patrol. But it's premiering right after Titans is done. Any truth to the rumors PS4 Spider game, first in Marvel game shared universe? If so, definitely want Marvel Knights game that redeems Iron Fist's reputation with multiple A+ action set pieces. Yes. Nerdrotic Jr. told me that yesterday, and I'm like, what? Really? So I don't know. I don't know who's reporting it, but I mean, Nerdrotic Jr. doesn't watch me, unfortunately, on YouTube. He watches Rob. He watches Midnight's Edge. But yeah, no, he likes Comics Explained and Comicstorian, and they're good. They're good. I mean, that's what those channels are for, is for kids to get caught up on comics. They definitely serve their purpose. Although I was listening to a Comics Explained video yesterday, which is right when it came out. That'll be the only defense when he's talking about Secret Empire and making Cap a Hydra agent was awesome. And I'm like, oh no, turn that off, son. That is the single worst move in comic book history. Period. One More Day has got nothing on Cap being a Nazi. Being high is the only way to watch STD. says Thenard 101. You know what? It's I mean, I jest when I say this, but yeah, it makes me want to spark up when I'm watching it. I rewatched an episode yesterday, And yeah, you know that screaming part in Clockwork Orange when his eyes are open, he just starts screaming. That's how I felt. They need to adjust the taxes down a little bit more. So, yeah, Grady Boyles, the taxes are a bit high, and it has made people, uh, they asked for a little bit too much at first. They need to work their way up to that. Hey, I'm finally catching your superhero podcast. Holy crap! I'm officially on the Susan Layton bandwagon. She's super cool. Willie Woodward, she is the shit. That's why she is here. She is amazing. She's a firecracker. Do not fuck with Susan. All right. I get flames. She's a flamethrower. Um, yeah, we've only just begun with her. She's gonna be hopefully I gotta ask her. So if you're watching Susan, I need you to be on the last couple Doctor Who recaps with me. I'm just trying to get CBD oil for my mom to help her with arthritis. Oh, is that the hemp stuff? Does it work? Hey, Nerdrotic, what are your top 5 Marvel characters off the top of my head? Hoscat, top 5 Marvel characters as of right now are Daredevil. This is just the ones I like. So, Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, still, he used to be my number 1, Moon Knight, and Wolverine. There you go. Top 5 Marvel characters. I'm a big fan. I like the horror Marvel universe, and I love that Kevin Feige. At first I was mad about, but I love that Kevin Feige's kind of stayed away from that for saying. And apparently he doesn't like it. Doesn't like the supernatural side of the Marvel universe. There's a reason for that, though. The reason they cannot do the supernatural side of the Marvel universe, Rob, you know this, is because they can't sell it in China. They can't sell it in China because China has rules about magic and stuff. And you can't sell. So look for that stuff to be on TV. Don't look for Ghost Rider or The Orb or anything like that to be in movies anytime soon, unless they turn everything science-based, which would take all the fun out of it. That's why they haven't brought back Blade. It's because they can't promote it in China because China has rules against magic, which listen, I'm on a YouTube channel. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. God dang. Especially since don't they have crazy stuff? Some of their movies are awesome. And I always thought there was, but that's what I heard. There's some kind of rule against magic or something like that. So they can't distribute them there. Doctor Strange. Yeah. I don't know. That's just what I heard, Lubella. That's why we're not going to be getting that stuff in the MCU because it's too hard to sell there. And I don't know what they got around it. There's a way they got around it. You got to watch. I think a Grace Randolph video talks about it, or no, Comic Book Cast 2 talked about it. They have how they got around the rules for Doctor Strange. Next Wednesday, I'll look that up and I'll get back to you for it. Call or get online, Charlotte's Web or Mary's. Oh, okay, Kai de Clone. Yeah. Colorado is where everything's legal now. I don't know. Colorado's a state I have only driven through, and I've landed at the Denver airport, which is really bizarre monument to the Illuminati, in my opinion. So, is it true what they did? They changed the nationality of Dr. Stru's Ancient One. By the way, good afternoon, all. Son of a red shirt. Well, they retconned it quite a bit, but yes, they changed the nationality and race and gender of the Ancient One from the original comic books. But as it is with these days, I am not, I'm about to open a shop, so I'm getting caught up. I haven't read every comic book in the last 2 years, so I'm still not super up to date, but they've retconned so much shit that I've had arguments with people. I'm like, oh, this isn't from the comic book. And they're all, yeah, it is. They retconned it in 2014. Well, I mean, okay. Retconning is fucking with canon, and I really agree with one of the rules of canon being you can't no change is official unless the original creator does it. And if the original creator is alive, they should consult that person, whether they work for Marvel or not. So what's up, CD Horde? China doesn't like magic, but they sure like making movies about rock, paper, scissors featuring Michael Douglas. This is Brian Fisher. Don't forget to lick that button. Don't forget the YouTube vlog life is here. What's up? Did I see? Yeah. And then they retracted the message. YouTube vlog life has been around for a long time here in these parts, folks. I don't know where Brian Smart. I know you're listening. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Brian Smart goes way back when I was looking back a year ago. We had a year ago today, we had 700 subscribers. So we're doing okay. JP says Bill Maher is scum. Yeah. He's a Hollywood D-bag. They changed the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. Yeah, Iron Man 3. It could have been so good. Yeah, they went very postmodern, subverting expectations. So that shows you the MCU can fuck up. I think a lot of people ignore the fuck ups from the MCU. There are many. They've had a lot of success. Can do that though, but we will see. We will see how things. Snail flavored. Ew. What's up, Sailing Coconut? How's it going? I'm okay with it. 6 scale combat. I think it could have been a lot better. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I don't hate any Marvel movie. There's none. The one I think is the worst. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It pisses a lot of people off. The one I actually think is the worst. I wasn't crazy about Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was okay. It was okay, but I mean, like, none of them are bad. None of them are bad movies. They're all entertaining. But yeah, I got problems with Homecoming, guys. I do. I have tons of problems with Homecoming, and I know that pisses a lot of people off, but I do. 1990s Captain America. I own that movie. I have original one sheets from that movie. It's quite awful. Although the Red Skull makeup was pretty good in the beginning, and then they took it off and they made the Red Skull Italian for some reason. I'll get you, Steve Rogers. I'm a Red Skull. Aloha, Coconut. Penn is back. Did Penn go somewhere? Pope size. Oh yeah, the Mandarin stuff pissed me off. All of my friends liked Iron Man 3, but me just because of that. Yeah. Oh, they're probably, yeah, we probably would have been spurging on it for a while. I knew it was coming though. See, that was the crappy thing about owning a comic store is like everything got spoiled. Like somebody'd walk in the door, like without even warning, and go, did you hear the rumor that the Mandarin's just going to be like a red herring? It's like, what? Oh, quiet. Everything got spoiled for me. The exact same reason Bill Maher pissed Oliver Stanley in comic books. Shock value. He just wants all of us talking about him. Doesn't care about us, but wants us talking about him. Yeah, he could care less. He could care less. That's why he wrote that. All the heat he's getting, it's not bugging him a bit. It's not bugging him a bit. You know what would bug Bill Maher? Bad ratings and obscurity, which is going to happen to him someday. That is inevitable. The law of diminishing returns hits us all. Plus, he's getting old. He's going to start looking like Andy Rooney. He's going to start like, you get the old man eyebrows where you start looking like the Monarch. That happens to all us old dudes. Work less, lurk more, Penn. Yeah, Penn. Yeah, Penn. Penn Farm Girl, ladies and gentlemen. One of the hardest working wrenches out there in the land. So is Mary Ashby. I don't know if Mary's here. Mary's here, right? You're here. I saw you here earlier. Sculpted leather art by Viking Bitch, movie Finobi. all of our wonderful wrenches. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for during the Stan Lee thing for coming in. That's the first time. Yeah, I don't know how Ethan and all those guys do it with 1,000 viewers and the chat just goes, man, it flies by. So I slowed it down a little bit because you can slow down the chat. So I did that as best I could. And apparently I was just missing all kinds of shit. So people were spamming and stuff. So thanks. Kato Roan, what is up? That's okay. Mary, yeah. Thanks, Kato. It's all good. You guys, the wrench is appreciated. Is appreciated. I hope I don't like take you guys for granted. Bill Maher looks like Alf. Actor from Cannibal Woman in the avocado jungle of death complains about dumbing down first and last comment on BM. Icky Ross, huh? Actor from was he in Cannibal Woman in the avocado jungle of death? Oh my god, the avocado jungle. I have never heard of that. The avocado jungle. That might be the name of our second channel if we ever do one. The avocado jungle. I've seen Mars. Actually, Mars got owned by a lot of people. I've seen him get like slapped down. Yeah. I'll say commentary shows like his is like I think that has done a lot to bring us where we are. Because there's really no well, it's mostly one-sided. It's mostly very one-sided. And like I said, I'm a pure I like I like being in a place where we can talk to both people. Now he's not totally like that, but I just think it's in his best interest to have people arguing. So that's not really what I'm down with. Hey, we will take on TV shows here, but listen, my tongue in cheek, folks, tongue in cheek. Like I said before, I am not that serious about that stuff. I was having fun yesterday burning that Star Trek Discovery video. I wish I could have done it live, but I got paranoid at that because somebody could have hit me with a strike. Which I probably could have fought and won, but that would have killed the video. So it's like, I'll just commentate on my video on me recording it. And I have a copy of The Force Awakens on Blu-ray. I don't know why, but I'm actually going to give that one away. I'll find one of our patrons who actually wants it, and then I'll give it away or something. I was going to burn that. The avocado jungle. That's where I want to die, in the avocado jungle. I want to die naked amongst avocados when I'm very old. What's up, Mark Mignata? How's it going? Nuke STD from orbit with lasers. So Sebastian Simon said, yes. God, that thing did not burn as well as I thought it would. I was a little bummed about that, but oh well, I'm not a pyro. Avocados. Yes. Yes, I will be having that for lunch today. Turkey avocado sandwich from the deli down the street. Geekus Maximus Ben, Nerdrotic channel, not me. I'm already have the set on Blu-ray. Hey, a fan, sometimes I need to be reminded just how shit the trilogy is. Yeah, if you're talking about Star Wars, the newest trilogy, it's yeah, I don't care about Star Wars though. I just considered that lost a long time ago. So Harlan Ellison did pass recently, Tekkaman Blade. I can't remember when, within the last couple of years, maybe. Harlan Ellison was a champion of creator rights. He would go and serve as witness for many artists. That he would go out and defend, be a character witness for artists who got their stuff stolen. He was a bulldog for that stuff. So, and because it happened to him, and he actually helped out a friend of mine in a plagiarism case that he won. So these cases are winnable, by the way. There's a certain movie that's come out in the last, we'll say 15 years, that starred Dennis Quaid. That was, and then later turned into a TV show that just recently got canceled. That starts with an F. That was stolen from a friend of mine. He wrote the script. He left the script there. A certain person at this company picked up the script, scribbled out my friend's name, or got some whiteout, put his name on top of it, changed a couple of words around, and submitted it as his own, and it got produced as a film. So that happens all the time. There you go, McCaffrey. You got the answer right. You win the no prize. You win the no prize. So yes, and so yeah, that shit happens all the time. And my friend won big time, and Harlan Ellison came out and helped my friend. So I love Harlan. I love Harlan Ellison too. One of the most bitter people to ever live. But that also proves that if you're pretty fucking bitter, you can live for a long time. But there's a line you got to like Bill Hicks, whom I love. Rest in peace, Bill Hicks, one of the greatest comedians we've ever had. I truly believe his bitterness killed him. I do. I want no prize, says Nihilus. Oh man. Enough Bill Maher, onto the woo-woo. I don't know if I have any woo-woo today, David Latham. I've been kind of holding back on my woo-woo. I want to I've been there's some stuff, but I want to save it. So if we do an Exozone anytime soon. But woo-woo is on Wednesday. We do Wednesday woo woo, so I'll have a segment on day after tomorrow on some woo woo. Well, this isn't woo woo, so I can. They did find a giant meteor crater under the ice in Greenland, the size of Paris. The impact was, I believe, I heard 3 miles deep. I repeat, 3 miles deep. And the size of Paris. Whatever hit was freaking huge. And the year they thought it hit, well, the years, it falls right into the Younger Dryas, 12,000 years ago, which falls right into Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock's theory that shards of a comet or pieces of an asteroid ended the ice age, because the ice age ended like that. And not like in 1,000 years. It ended, they're saying, in a couple weeks. So the ice melted in a couple weeks, flooded the freaking earth and all that stuff. So that was found recently, and that's not woo. That is a fact. That now the theory, I don't think the theory is that woo, but it's still considered woo by some. I don't think it is, though. I think asteroids and comets do hit this planet. That is a fact. So I don't think the theory is that off. Randall Carlson and Grant Hancock have both theorized that the flood myth that has over 35 cultures have a flood myth that they were warned about and had survivors come and reseed the earth afterwards. We're talking not the Hopi Indians down to New Zealand, up in Alaska. I mean, these theories it's 35 cultures. There's a list on it, and I can have that for a Woo Woo Wednesday. It's amazing. It's amazing. So it's a bit frightening that something that big could come, and that can come at any moment. I would joke around SMOD, which is the sweet meteor of death. Yeah. Could arrive every moment. So that's why we need to basically kind of have fun. Whatever you do, and try to enjoy it. I mean, we can't, not everybody's going to love their work every day, but try it. And if you don't, and you have the option to go somewhere where you're enjoying yourself, and maybe for a couple less bucks, maybe try that. It's freeing. I've done that. There was a point in my life I hit where it's like, if I felt trapped in a job, I just leave. Now, not everybody can do that, but it was great. I'm glad I did. And not looking back, like I just left a very good paying job. I did, because I was miserable. and I'm going to go do something that I'm not going to make as much money, but I'm going to be really happy, and I won't be working because it'll be fun. I get to do this more. So I'm all good. I am all good. Let's get to this. I own 4 dinosaurs, says Sailing Coconut. You own 4 chickens? Because that's what dinosaurs were, was chickens. You're right. Kronos, Cryon, the flood myth. When I say the 35 cultures, I counted the Bible. The flood myth, the earliest, it doesn't come from the earliest writing of it, comes from it's Babylon, right? Gilgamesh. It's in Gilgamesh. But the earliest telling of the story comes from the Aboriginals in Australia, I believe. They have a they don't write. They didn't write back then. It was an oral tradition or whatever. They just told the story down over generations. I think it was them. I gotta look back. I don't know that for sure. And underneath the ice, they found the Savage Land, Pope's Eyes. That's you never know, man. They found the Land of the Lost. They found some slee stacks. Remember the slee stacks? Yeah. You know what's funny is the Land of the Lost like really went down the whole ancient civilization theory. If you look, they got the slee stacks used to live amongst like all these big megaliths, and it was old for then. Yeah. Land of the Lost was a trippy fucking show, and I was watching that when I was like 6. What's up, feisty fan? Asteroids. You get them, best get your butt to the proctologist. Literally, KSS, literally. Yeah, Gary is filling in for crazy-haired ancient alien guy. YouTube vlog life. That is my friend Giorgio Tsoukalos. And he didn't always have crazy hair. Okay, he didn't always have crazy hair. You know what? Giorgio was so smart to lean into his meme. He loved it. When his meme went out there, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it's aliens. And it's like, and they caught the frame where like his eyes were half closed and stuff. He loved it. Instead of getting all weirded out about it and stuff. And that's was probably the smartest decision of his life by leaning into that meme and going with it. The show just did better, having a good sense of humor about it. I mean, yeah. And Giorgio's a cool dude. I keep promising on Wednesday Woo Woo, I'll show you. I'll try to show some of the video I have of, because I own some of it, of an interview we did with him like prior to the show, prior to Ancient Aliens even coming on, that I was a part of. It was really cool. Kronos Cryon. They said the crater is 12,000 years. I don't know beyond that. The ice above it might not be that old. You don't know. They say the Sahara Desert is only 5,000 years old. That doesn't compute in my head either. But I'm sorry, not 5, 6 or 7,000 years old. What's up, Tim F? I will report on it on Wednesday. I don't have my articles in front of me right now. Wished Holland Spidey had more montages and showed more curiosity, testing and pushing his abilities. Would explain the developing Spidey sense homecoming excuse. He's a scientist and a quick learner. Yes, Rashid C. It's basically, I mean, the argument is he's Ultimate Spider-Man. He is not 616 Spider-Man. He's not 616 Peter Parker. Period. End of story. Many have wanted to debate me on that, but I am available. I am available to debate why Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker, because I don't think he is. I think I liked him in Civil War and he's a decent Spider-Man, but there's a lot of stuff about the MCU Spider-Man. I have even Nerdrotic Jr. First thing out of his mouth was Spider-Man is not supervised. And I'm old school and a little bit pure with that. I don't like Spider-Man being in the Avengers. I don't like Spider-Man being a part of a team. I don't like there being a million versions of Spider-Man out there. Spider-Man was always part of his character was he was kind of an outsider. He did things on his own. He didn't have time for the Avengers because he was too busy being a superhero and trying to pay his rent and worrying about Aunt May. You know, he has an elderly, parent basically to kind of watch out for. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff in his life. Plus, he was like trying to have a life on his own, and yeah, and he didn't whine or cry. The one thing about Peter is he was brave and mature and made mistakes, but learned from his mistakes and wasn't perfect, but he wasn't a baby. No. It's Spider-Man. Okay. Not Spider-Boy. B1 with the meme, the DJD show. Yeah, to be memed is like fucking awesome. Yeah, and his attitude towards it, like I remember him emailing me and he's like, look at this, is awesome. Like we don't like talk anymore, but we used to, chit chat. We had a mutual friend. He lived at my friend's house. We did a little bit of work together, exchange a few phone calls. It's not like we were bros, I saw him at Contact in the Desert. Yes, I went to Contact in the Desert 2 years ago. Had a great time. Had a lot of fun. And it was cool. He invited me to a party and I didn't go because I wasn't there with Mrs. Nerd. I was there by myself, basically. So I'm there just taking in all the lectures and stuff. And then I would go to a AA meeting at night and then go to bed. And he invited me to this party. I'm like, oh man. He would be the only person I knew there. And I don't really like parties. Because there's a lot of drinking and stuff. Especially like, those kind of parties. So I wouldn't, I just like, no, I'd rather, go home and read a comic or something. Go to the hotel. I mean, hang out by the pool. It was in Palm Springs. It was awesome. I love Palm Springs. I want Spider-Man to be solo. No Avengers, no help from Tony Stark. I honestly feel weird thinking Aunt May is hot. Yeah. I like Marissa Tomei though. I thought that's a move I can live with. We'll just say that. That's a move I can live with. Marissa Tomei. That's a woman right there. Way off topic, but did you all know that Spider-Man, when Marvel allowed the Japanese Spider-Man to happen, was what created the Power Rangers and was a lot more dark? Says Valor J Omega. I didn't know they created the Power Rangers. I didn't know that. I know the Japanese Spider-Man was dark. I have them. I have those on VHS, so it's been a while since I seen them. I got some kind of bootleg from Comic-Con back in '96. Hot Aunt May is disconcerting. Yeah, a little bit. I want Spider-Man to have villains that actually deserve the name. We haven't had a good one since Tobey Maguire's Green Goblin, or Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus was brilliant. 100% true about the Power Rangers. Thanks, Daniel Nolan. I appreciate that. I love Sam Raimi's first two Spider-Man. I love Sam Raimi. Spider-Man 2 is still probably second or third favorite comic book film. Just rewatched it recently. It is freaking great. Hashtag Farscape. Matthew Madsen wanted to just get that in there, and that's good. Farscape is awesome, guys. We'll be doing a season 2 here soon. I got to do it for the end of the year. I want Spider. Okay, I already read that one. Do you think the one possible future of the comic book movies is embracing anime and source material to keep it fresh? Says Andre Merrick. Embracing anime. I mean, to keep comic books alive, they might have to. As far as like going international, as far as the American comic book, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I am resigned to thinking it's just going to die. That's the slow death that it's been dying for quite some time now. kind of sucks to say. I'm just going to enjoy it while it's still around, and I'll do my version of it. And, the store I'm going to do, like, it's going to be like an old vinyl store. It's going to be, most everything's going to be used. I'm not going to put a lot of stock into like buying stuff from Diamond. World Class Bullshitters just put out a video on that Ollie's outlet, and that should be an eye-opening thing to every retailer out there. Problem is, retailers don't watch YouTube, and they should. David 22 for $2. Does Hot Aunt May make wheat cakes? If not, fail. Wheat cakes. Maybe. I don't know. David 22 for $2. What's up? Oh man. It's comic books. It's not going to be good. What's going on with comic books is not good, and we're not going to be able to stop it. And I don't understand why every retailer doesn't have a YouTube channel and a platform at this point. It's working really well for some of the Indiegogo people, so it just blows my mind that they're not taking the time to do that. Yes, running a comic shop takes a ton of time, but if you want to run, it's of my opinion, if you want to run a comic book shop right, you got to run it. You can't just be an owner and let somebody else do it. I know, even Feisty's involved in that, but if it was me, I'd be there running it all the time. Just to say you're an owner of one, just to say you own it, or just because you enjoy it, that really doesn't help the biz. Whoever, good thing they have Feisty at their shop, because she's kind of a like I was, like a carnival barker. You got to be out there like selling it all the time. But I mean it is nonstop. That's the one thing that burned me out about owning a comic shop, is like it's 7 days a week, 24/7. There is no holidays. I could not travel. Believe me, every time I went on a vacation, somebody broke a lock or something, and it was ridiculous. So I just stopped going. I would sleep at my shop, but that's what it takes. That's what it takes. They need to have YouTube channels. They need to be preaching this every time. And comic shop owners are the quietest people out there. I don't fucking hear anything from them. And all of this stuff with comics, I'm super disappointed in them. And I'm going to start calling some of them out, because there's some big names out there who could have stopped this mess at Marvel and could have stopped a lot of the crap that's going on if they would have just balled up and said something. And they didn't, because they're scared, or they don't want to rock the boat, or they don't care. A quote I have heard from a major retailer was, "What do I care if other comic stores go away? That's less competition for me." Are you fucking serious? For real? There's a threshold. There's a threshold that that will fall out, and this industry will bottom out. So that World Class Bullshitters Ollie's thing, I heard about this, but seeing it is a whole different thing. You just saw. What I saw was the diamond clearance trade paperbacks at Ollie's. So it wasn't Marvel that sold them to Ollie's, because I saw DC books in there too. That was the diamond clearance stuff. So Diamond unloaded the clearance stuff that they tried to push on the retailers first to Ollie's. What's behind that? So the next thing I'm going to do before I open up my comic store and do business with Diamond is I'm really going to start looking into Diamond. Diamond's going to look into me. I'm going to look into them. I'm going to see how well they're doing, because I want to know, because I suspect not well. Which would factor in my decision. So we'll see. I mean, I'm still not completely 100% dialed in on comic book retailing. I've been out of the game for 5 years, so I'm doing my research, and there's a lot of work to do in that. I got to get caught up on comics. I got to talk to other comic shop owners. I'm talking to one of the big ones soon to see what he thinks, and we'll see what happens. But it's not good. It's nice to see people rally behind it, because of Bill Maher. But if 1/10 of those people who are rallying behind it actually bought comics, we'd have a different story. But I think a lot of people like the idea of comic books, but they don't really want to own them or read them, or, unfortunately that's the case. Gary, you will miss turkey walking with Pooper Scooper. What? That is probably the weirdest super chat I've ever gotten, Movie Finobi. I will miss turkey with pooper scooper. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about. Thank you for the $1.99. I am gonna miss Turkey Day. Mrs. Nerdrotic and Nerdrotic Jr. and Nerdrotic number one son are all going to Wisconsin, and I am gonna be here with the dogs and here with you. So I'm doing it's scheduled. Oh, by the way, the community tab, like they made it available for people who with less than 10,000 subscribers. So thank you, YouTube. So now I can contact you guys through the YouTube feed. I will not spam you with a bunch of bullshit. The only thing I'm going to be sending you is once every couple of weeks, I'm going to give you our live schedule. All right. So, and it gets updated a lot. So go to nerdrotic.com to check it out. But we are doing a Thanksgiving Day nooner. Basically, I'm going to do a morning show for Thanksgiving, and it's just going to be a very casual, let's sit around and bullshit, kind of fun thing. So yeah, no serious news or no complaining about it. It's just going to be us hanging out, talking about stuff we like and what we're thankful for. So it's going to be kind of it's going to be one of those that really brings the clicks, but I don't care. Like gratitude, a lot of gratitude that day. So there we go. Do you think one of the possible future comic book movies that embracing, it's okay. So that's what got me on the whole thing. Yes, comic books need to embrace fucking something, Andre. They need to, and honestly, some of the anime I see out there is brilliant. And if they, there, I think there's been some talk about it, a Marvel animated universe. I think that would be a really good idea. I think that would be a really good idea. A lot of stuff is coming with the streaming service, but I'm not inspired by it. So with the Disney streaming service, we're getting kind of a couple of boring Star Wars stories. Sorry, they sound just like maybe it's just me. I'll put that one firmly with maybe it's just me. I am not excited about Mandalorians or Cassandra. I'm just not. And then with the Marvel stuff, I mean, I like Loki, but it looks like it's going to be a prequel, and Scarlet Witch. I mean, that's just really meh. Now the Hawkeye thing I heard about, that might be interesting. That might be interesting, but they got to give him a fucking costume. They got to give him a costume. It was reported today by Greg Olson, who is the show creator of Daredevil, that he pitched season 4. So it's not, Daredevil's not gone yet. Daredevil's not gone yet. We'll see what happens. He tweeted that was not put on deadline or anything like that. The Super Sentai has been on since the 60s and was turned into a Marvel comic for Battle Fever J, and the return of Marvel allowed Spider-Man to, he had a giant robot and everything. Oh, I remember that, Nathan Norman. Yes, yes, I remember that. What do I like about Farscape? I like what's my favorite episode? I don't know if I have a favorite episode yet. I haven't watched Farscape in like a week, so but I dig it. I totally dig it. What do I like about? I like. I gotta say, Diargo, I like Diargo. He's my favorite. But I was also like a Worf guy in the Next Generation, so that's I love the and I know it's based on Blake 7, but I haven't seen on Blake 7. I love the crew, the ragtag crew of rogues on a spaceship traveling through space and getting in adventures. That will suck me in every time. Kind of like with what's going on with Origin right now, which is your typical colony ship where something goes wrong and gets on while everybody's asleep kind of thing. I'm like 4 episodes in on Origin, and it's mystery box, and it's not perfect. There is some spotty acting in it, but if overall I'm enjoying it. Overall, and Tom Felton, this is some of the best work he's done. Yeah, Draco Malfoy, showing that he has some acting chops. So yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's also got Tonks from Harry Potter, who was also in Game of Thrones. She played Asha. Who they killed so unceremoniously in season 5. I was a little, yeah. Oh, so the Game of Thrones thing. I know I'm going all over the place. We can keep talking about comics, but the Game of Thrones. Charlie reported this on Emergency Awesome, but George R. R. Martin dropped something very interesting. So he was talking about Fire and Blood, which comes out tomorrow, and Aegon the Conqueror, who was the Targaryen who united the seven kingdoms of Westeros, and we've never really gotten an insight into why he did it, other than the Targaryens had an outpost on Dragonstone, which is right next to Westeros, and they did some trading with the Westerosi, but they were always focused on Essos. Probably that's where they were from, even until the Doom of Valyria. They still had some focus there. Aegon actually fought some wars over there, but then he finally turned his sights to Westeros and decided to just one day unite the seven kingdoms, but we never knew why. Well, George R. R. Martin just said so, that all Targaryens, or not all, but a lot of Targaryens have low level powers. They're kind of super people. And it probably has something to do with, it's something they earned through magic. They became very good at magic through, dragons. Just, because they started out as shepherds, all right, who found, this is how the tale goes. A lot of the lore in Game of Thrones is supposed to be bad lore, like it's mythology. Like there's some truth in it, but it's not really the story. We don't really know. But the lore goes that some shepherds found some dragons, and that's how Valyria started. And then they got really good at necromancy and stuff. And so they all have some low level powers now. And through his low level, being able to see, low level prophecy, that he knew about the White Walkers and the danger from the north. So that's why he decided to conquer Westeros, which sounds very linear for George R. R. Martin. It sounds very, because when George R. R. Martin went about A Song of Ice and Fire, it was to be like, I want to be the modern Lord of the Rings. I want to be the postmodern Lord of the Rings. I want to actually, probably not the first, but one of the best at subverting expectations. It sounds like a very linear thing for him to say. I was kind of shocked by it, but he said it. So if he said it, then that's it. It's canon, and that's why Aegon the Conqueror. So it must be in the Fire and Blood book. Why else would he say it? And I thought that was interesting. And it's going to be somehow related to Jon Snow, and why Jon Snow is named Aegon. And it might, and I'll let you have all your theories you want about how Game of Thrones is going to end. I do have a theory. I think I know how it's going to end, but I'm going to save that for when we recap it. Now that you have the community tab for YouTube, you can relax about the sub count. I'm never going to relax about the sub count. Comic writers don't write for their long-term readers anymore. They don't. They write for the trade. Take a mind blade, and that's it's been death by 1,000 paper cuts. There's been a lot of just chopping away and chipping away at what's happened. The single story, the creative team. I mean, I could be here all day talking about that stuff. Make it a fun experience for the customers. Have to give them a reason to come to the shop and see and learn new things. Offer things and experiences they can't buy, they can't get from online. Yes, we all sell the same stuff. You have to make it like a little trip to Disneyland, for lack of a better term. Coming to a comic store has to be worth the trip, even if they don't buy anything. Like, make them walk out of there going, that place was amazing, which means putting everything you can into it, not a blank spot of wall. If you don't have money to put expensive things on the wall, then hire somebody to paint a mural or something. Do something to where people are looking at your walls in awe. If they're not walking into your comic store going, whoa, you're doing something wrong. And it took me 6 years to get the first person to do that. Walked into my comic store and went, whoa. And that's what you need to do. It needs to look great. It needs to be impressive. It needs to be unique. Whatever your if you're owning a comic store, whatever your favorite things about comics is, lean into it heavily. Mine is men and women in tights, superheroes, four colors. I am all about that shit. So you walked into my store, and it was four color bright everywhere. Life size superheroes. I got all those head busts and I put them above the new release rack. And I wanted it to be like, imagine you went to Craven the Hunter's house and he caught all the superheroes and some villains and had their heads on his wall. That's what it looked like over the new release rack. The pendulum of this it's so deep. Scale combat. The pendulum of culture. Nihilism will swing. In 10 years, kids will be interested in the original IPs again. Yeah, it goes back and forth. You're right. Uh, I mean, those of us who are older than me and my age, we've seen some things cycle through a couple times now. You are right. Yes, I've heard of the Jawbreaker comic series, Valor J Omega. Valor J Omega. Yes, I have, and yes, I would carry that in my shop without question. Uh, the only comics I actually wouldn't carry, but I would order them for a customer if they asked, is anything like I don't do porn because I want kids in my store, and I include Crossed in that. Now, Crossed is Avatar, and a lot of people like that comic, and that's cool. I have no problem ordering for you, but they will never ever go on my new release shelf. Ever, ever. It's super violent, like super, super violent. Sebastian Simonson says, Kato Roan, I love Girls in Armor. Yeah. Yeah, and more prequels crossed. It's up to us to stop buying stuff that they keep feeding us, and that will eventually happen. Honestly, this prequel trend has gone way longer than I thought it would. They still want to make prequels to stuff. I don't get it. Done on the cheap end. It shows. Do you think that Blade will return to his roots as a British vampire hunter? Nathan Norman, I don't know what they're going to do with Blade. Hopefully, something on television. Um, I think all comic book heroes belong on television. I think serialized storytelling is. I've said that here many times. Maybe make a movie when it's like a big event, but as far as like day-to-day story, like I want to see a Batman TV show. I really want to see a Batman TV show. I have no desire to see a Batman movie right now or a trilogy or anything. I want to see a Batman TV show. It can be done. I mean, they're doing Titans. It'd be a lot easier to do a Batman show. I'd rather watch a Mandalorian instead of Disney's Mandalorian. I got picking up what you're putting down, Kansas. I just got a bad feeling about that. Yeah, Kato Road. 99% of all my waves are in armor. Have armor. Okay. Uh, I love some Farscape. We just don't get the reruns up here. Where are you, son of a red shirt? What's up here? Is that like Canada or is that up north? There, you know what? That's the thing that's hurting Farscape right now. Is we're in the only place you can watch is Daily Motion, and I don't know how. I doubt that's it. I doubt it's legally there. Um, yeah, I want to be streaming, and you know what? I wouldn't mind paying, but there's nowhere I can even pay for it. So I had to, get the Blu-rays. Had to get the Blu-rays. Geekus Maximus, intelligent flatulence. Nothing good about Origin. No, I don't think it's that bad. It's not like I said, it's like 7.5 out of 10. you know, but I haven't seen the end yet. I'm only 4 episodes in, so it could like take a sharp turn and maybe you've seen the whole thing and I don't know. But also we've been in kind of at least me personally, I have not seen anything good on TV since Venture Brothers ended, maybe. It's been a dry spell of good television. We need to see the detective aspect of Batman in a TV show. The way we can minimize some of the cost. Yeah. It's on Space Channel here in Canada, Farscape. It is. Well, at least they're showing it somewhere. Um, I don't know if it's showing anywhere here in the States. I don't think so. And if I come into a comic shop, cash in hand, I want a limited series and alt covers, and you don't carry the alt covers, offer to get them, says Raven Blackheart. Yes. If some Raven Blackheart, that's how I didn't carry everything, but my promise was I'll get it for you. It's not that hard. It's really not hard. Um, it takes a phone call or, I mean, worst case scenario. I mean, like retailers talk to each other. We always do exchanges and stuff. It's super easy to just call somebody. Hey, you got this? I'll trade you this for this. Boom. If you don't mind waiting a couple weeks, if I don't have something, I would get it for you. Kato Roan says, watch Final Space already. When I get some more time, which I have none of right now. Sci-Fi UK has Farscape. True Gotham Detective, says Andre. Yes. I know Farscape used to be on Netflix because that's where I watched the first two about 2 years ago. Yeah, it's not on Netflix anymore. It's not on Amazon Prime. It used to be on YouTube where you could like pay like $1.99 to watch an episode. It's gone from there. I don't know where it is now. I can check. I haven't checked. I have to admit I haven't checked in the last couple days, but Farscape streaming on nope, nothing. Nothing. Sorry, my camera's in the way. Nope, nope, and nope. That's too bad. I need to fix that. It was so hilarious. Love Final Space. I need to watch Future Man first. I got to watch Future Man, and then I'll watch Final Space. Do you think roles will reverse in the industry where popular characters like Batman are done on TV, but with the budget of the movies and the full experience? Rashid, yes. I think eventually that's going to happen. Movie theaters are dying, and they're not going to be around much longer. They'll be around in some capacity always, but your big, huge megaplex here in San Francisco, I can't, I don't know how there's one near me in Daly City. I don't know how the hell they pay the rent. I mean, that rent's got to be astronomical, and it's not that crowded in there anymore. Can I live stream a classic sci-fi movie? Only if it's public domain. Blake 7 is on YouTube. That's cool. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll think of something fun to do on Thursday morning for those of us who are just hanging with no family, or even if you are and you just want to ignore them, that's fine. That's okay with. I remember when ADV was trying to charge over $100 for the entire season. Oh God. I think you have earned my sub, Gary says, intelligence flatulence. Thanks. Oh, flatulence has become, it has become sentient in its intelligence. If we organize a Farscape watch party on Discord, I can make it a stream. Yeah, we could do something like that. That'd be cool. Plan 9 from outer space is public domain, says Aki Rose. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do Plan 9. I'd want to do something good. I mean, I know it's people like it, and I would like to do, I don't know, Forbidden Planet. I wish that was a public domain. That'd be cool. Maybe something's out there. Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda was okay before they made it the Dylan Hunt show that the original writer came out online with how the series should have ended, and it would have been cool. I tried Andromeda, was out. Yeah, I don't know. But back then I wasn't watching like a ton of. What about Article 13? Says Ray Vankman. Well, YouTube just came out with a video for the creators, and it's available to you guys now, talking about it. And let's see if I can show you guys that. It's inside our dashboard, believe it or not. Give me just as now it's gone. Here, we'll just pull it up. I don't know everything about Article 13, but the video kind of broke it down. Here's Wired. Oh my God. Bill Maher's blog's called Adulting. I fucking hate that. Never mind. All right, here we go. So Article 13, basically what, it's really, it's going to affect the people who do music, anything related to music. That's the first people it's going to hit. They said something to the effect that, artists who put music videos that they own on their own channel will be blocked. The reason they will be blocked is because of the possibility of a copyright claim. Now, copyright claims can be claimed right now through YouTube anyway by anybody. They need to work on. The problem is there's too many things out there to keep track of. So what they do is they let the copyright claim, they get to it when they get to it. It's not like they can handle it in real time. So even if you have all of your I's dotted and T's crossed as far as copyrights, you could still get a claim, which could still affect your video. And the fact that now that YouTube is, right now the copyright claims, it's on me. So, but YouTube can get sued now, and Instagram can get sued, and Facebook can get sued. So rather than doing that, and again, I was talking about death by 1,000 paper cuts, because that's what it would be. They're just going to say, we're going to block everything. Now, is this an overreaction on YouTube's part? Yes. This law, while I'm going to listen, I don't believe the crap of good intentions. I don't think there was good intentions in this at all, ever. This was to protect copyrights. You're trying to unmake the soup of the internet just to bring it down to its base level, and you can't do that. They're trying to backdoor a way to control the internet, and this might be it. And it's the freaking EU that's doing it. And I don't know what you guys can do over there to change that, but you need to do whatever you can if you like your internet. Okay. I can hear the arguments now. What? It's just going to affect some music YouTubers. Well, that's where it begins. I will want you. We say this in AA and NA. Play the tape all the way through. Let's go to the ending. Where does this end? Well, I mean, honestly, it can end in total censorship. Total censorship. Because am I violating a copyright by having a Spider-Man action figure behind me? Am I going to have to blur those out? Is it just going to be me in front of a blank wall, or just a black screen, just me talking? I won't be able to share articles. I won't be able to link stuff without there being the link tax. Who gets charged for that tax? YouTube, Facebook. And then they probably pass it to me, but it's probably better for them just not to air in the UK, which would affect us. Like 14% of our audience is in Europe. So, that's huge. That's huge. Plus I want to be able to talk to people in Europe. That's one of the cool things about this, is I get to talk to people in Europe. So honestly, I don't know where it goes. It has not been ratified yet. It's still the video that YouTube came out with said it's probably going to be a couple years before it's fully implemented if it passes. We can't even let it get to that. And I honestly don't know what you do. I don't like getting super political here, but this is just this directly affects me. This directly affects you guys in the chat, and this isn't good. So we all kind of got to band together to stop this and get it just, as far as copyright claiming, they need to, and they're trying to revise the wording for this. So I don't know what's going on with that. And I'll look into it more when I have time. But I will link the YouTube video in the description here, which describes it. And it's basically a video to creators, kind of, yeah, it just basically breaks it down, saying we're gonna get blocked in Europe because of really overreaching copyright claims. It's an overreaction. It's a major overreaction by the European Union, but it's also a way to stifle these giant companies. I think the European Union sees it a way to stop competitive information. Now they're putting it under the guise of, oh, we're trying to protect companies' copyrights, and I'm sure there's some corporations that are behind this. I suspect it's some of the dinosaur corporations that are about to get steamrolled by YouTube and Facebook. And who knows, maybe even Netflix is behind this because they're in direct competition, right? So, who benefits from Article 13? That's you got to think about. Who benefits from this thing? Because it's not YouTube, it's not Google, so it's whoever may be in competition with them. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't take anything out of a politician's mouth at face value, ever. So this, oh, well, they might be good intentions and we're trying to protect some artists here. No. This is, in a very strange way, Napster all over again. So don't make that mistake, European Union. Don't be Metallica, European Union. Yeah, Napster, it offered up a bunch of free music. It was fucked up. A lot of artists lost money, but instead of like just coming, because there's no way you could have fought that. Once Napster started, it was done. The only thing you could have done was, accept that you lost that battle, you lost some money, and try to work with them because it was the future of music. And instead of doing that, they, Metallica pulled a Metallica and took a lot of shit. Whether they're right or wrong, I actually think they were right. They were trying to protect their music and everything, but they should have worked with it. And I think that's a lot what's going on with Article 13. I think they're trying to shut us up. They're trying to shut down YouTube because they did not see this coming. YouTube didn't see this coming. They wanted to be Netflix a couple years ago. Maybe they still do. I have no idea. But as far as people flooding to YouTube now, it's the second most viewed thing in the world. And more people are doing channels. More and more people are coming here. And that whole streaming wars thing I hear, it never gets brought up, is YouTube. And, yeah, because you guys are here. But more and more, my kids are watching YouTube. My wife watches YouTube more now. More and more people are watching YouTube and coming here for an alternative for programming because though they can just find programming whenever they want now, and they just find the channel that fits them the best instead of taking what is given to you. You can actually find stuff that fits. It's the equivalent of walking into a comic store or bookstore and finding the story that matches you, the one that you like. That's what YouTube is. Geekus Maximus Ben says nothing. EU Parliament, only democratically elected representative body, can only push back and refuse. Not sure how often they can do that enough. Yeah. Torrents will pick up like crazy. Yes, that's what's going to happen is you're going to create like a massive black market and VPNs will become, well, I'm sure Google will backdoor some VPNs that will be, from another company that'll be amazing. Like really cheap, possibly free, and rock solid VPNs. And then the problem solved. Or Chrome will just insert a VPN in their I don't know. in the incognito window, or I have no idea. I'm not a computer programmer. Divid 22, the internet is for porn. The internet is never going to die. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. You want to see something you want to see an entity get broken up, and somebody lose an election, come out against the internet. Yeah. I mean, it'll be the one place where like everybody could come together. Ray Vankman says the EU has proved it's a cesspool of corruption and greed, along with any other political agency. Um, it's people being people. The one thing about getting old, you just tell it to kids, and of course they don't believe you. And I didn't believe it when I was told by older people. It's high school adulthood is high school, just with higher stakes. That's all. If you like your internet, you can keep your internet. I do like my internet, and I will keep my internet. I love the fucking internet. It was like a love at first sight. Absolute love at first sight. I got to save that for December 7th. But when I first saw the internet, I was like, I heard music. Oh, but December 7th, tune in December 7th. This big anniversary live stream. It's Friday, right? So it's a special Friday nooner. This video is not available in your country. I see it more and more. Yeah. Well, you know what? A couple 3 years ago, I was seeing that as well, but that's when I was getting like copyright striked all the time because I would just throw in music and I didn't know how to YouTube or anything. So I'm like, oh, I'll put in a theme song and I'll just use the Game of Thrones theme song, thinking that's okay. Then I found a way around it, which if you speed up the song a certain percentage or you slow it down a certain percentage, it gets around the algorithm. But then eventually I'm like, I'm not going to put, like I'll share a news article, but I don't even need to do that. Like, it'll just be me. Cause most of you guys, listen, it's like a radio show. So you're doing something else. You're playing a game, you're cleaning your house, you're waiting in line at the DMV, you're getting a parking ticket. I don't know what you're doing. You're in the bath. And I don't want to think about what you're doing, but you're doing something else. So it doesn't really matter visually. So I don't know how much that's going to affect us. But what I heard, and this is what I have to double check, that the mere fact that we're talking about shit is good. That's the end game on this stuff is every time we review a TV show, we get demonetized immediately. Now, I suspect it's YouTube checking us out to make sure we're not actually showing the TV show. Because even though the way I word it, I put review in there, but a lot of people used to just put review and then actually show the TV show. So that's why I suspect they demonetize us up front. Also, we spoil shit early. We do. Even though it is just aired, we warn you. They probably, I'm sure the people who make these TV shows are not happy that we're like talking about them before, especially like if I make it on the air before like the talking Star Trek show, which if you ask me what's worse than Star Trek Discovery, it's that show that came on after. They thought so much. Why did they leave that off the Blu-ray? I wonder. Huh. See you later, Viking bitch. Have a good day. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Bye, Viking bitch. Thanks for coming in. Use green screen. I thought about it. I actually have it. I thought about using. We were gonna go. We were gonna go all high tech, and I've got a streaming board. I've got everything. It's just I don't know if we need to use it. I like how the one thing I do like is Anti-Trekkers. It gives you like an incentive for a super chat. It gives you like the animated thing. I think that's a really, really good idea, but I'm not going to steal it. I've got a another idea that I'm going to roll out for a super chat incentive um, a little later in the year. A little later in the year. EU, more like ew. It's very much like 1984, Matt Guy. You're absolutely right. I'm going to read this article. I'm going to read part of it. I don't know if this helps or not. I just kind of Googled this one. It's Wired. I was interviewed by Wired back in 2011. It took it. Yeah, man, it was a terrible picture of me. Yeah, if I find it, I'll show it to you. It's an awful picture in there. What is Article 13? The EU's divisive new copyright plan explained. Articles 11 and 13 of the EU's UE's. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. UE's new copyright directive have stoked fears that memes will effectively be banned and platforms will need to pay publishers when they link to their websites. That will end the publishers, folks. I don't need to link. I don't need to link any of these people. The European Parliament has voted in favor. Oh, you freaking Europeans, in favor of the controversial new copyright directive that could force tech giants to do much more to stop the spread of copyright material on their platforms. The European Union Directive of Copyright in the Digital Single Market, to give its full name, is designed to update existing copyright laws for the internet age, basically rearranging fair use. Simply put, the directive of copyright places more responsibility on the websites such as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter to make sure the copyright material isn't being illegally shared on their platforms. Until now, the onus has mostly been on the copyright holders, usually the companies that produce audio, video, or written content, to enforce copyright protection, but under the new law is responsible and will shift onto major platforms themselves. At the heart of the directive on copyright are two divisive articles, Article 11 and 13. Both have been dubbed the link tax and the meme ban articles, respectively. Critics of the directive on copyright argue that the articles mean the platforms will have to pay a fee to share a link to news article and have to start filtering and removing memes. But the directive on copyright law isn't law yet. It still has to go through a series of steps before it becomes finalized as an EU directive, and then it still has to be implemented in law by the members of by member states. To help clear this up, here's Wire's guide to the EU directive on copyright. Is this a quick guide? I don't want to go through this whole thing. I'll link it to the rest. I want to see that this is a meme ban. Okay, so as far as the meme thing, you want any proof that memes are power? Memes are powerful. I know I'm stating the obvious, like, hey, water's wet and air is breathable. Memes are power. When the European Union wants to, essentially ban them, people are getting elected on memes, and I love them for that. But yeah, good luck banning this. This is a part of the directive on copyright that has the most people worried. The article states that online content sharing service providers and right holders shall cooperate in good faith. That's way too ambiguous. In order to ensure the unauthorized, protected works or other subject matter that is not available to their on their services. You can read the full amendment text here. No. So what does this mean? Boiled down, all the article is saying is that any websites that host large amounts of user-generated content, link YouTube, blah, 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 are responsible for taking down the content if it infringes copyright. Okay. So if I share a YouTube video that infringes on copyright on my website, then I am infringing on that copyright as well. So they could sue me. Well, good luck finding me. But okay, that's interesting. And again, this is all face value stuff. It's way deeper than this. And no, I don't trust a goddamn thing they say. End game, they want to take our internet. I can't see the websites being behind this though, because if yeah, I like if I'm Wired, I'm wondering what Wired thinks of this because it's actually really good if people are linking to your articles, whether we're talking positively or negatively. Comicbook.com must have gone through some kind of crazy resurgence thanks to YouTubers because we mine a lot from that. And honestly, comicbook.com is not a source website. They just pine off of Deadline or Variety or Hollywood Reporter and just rewrite the articles. They're not like a real they don't generate anything. They're like second, third tier, but they get a ton of attention because they're really good at writing headlines and getting the article out quick. And then us YouTubers pick it up. Or it gets sent to us via Twitter. I mean, that's a lot of people rely on that, which is cool. I love that you guys send us stuff. Sometimes that is great. Dennis usually is up on going through. I look at a couple things a day, but honestly, when I do a video like the Doctor Who video that's coming out later, I read the article and I went somewhere completely different with it. But you'll just have to see the video. The video tries to explain what's going on with Doctor Who right now. And yeah, I liked it. I thought I made my point. We'll see if you guys think the same. That'll be out at 3:30 today if you're watching this live. Watching the yeah. I don't know if it's going to crumble, my friend. There's big money in reblogging something. Parts of an article get quoted. They link to the original, but not many people actually click further. No, they don't. They don't. They really don't. But see, I mean, we're getting okay. I'm gonna get to the Star Trek thing here. So we're gonna say Star Trek lawsuit. So if I mean this has a lot to do with like my cookies, but if I Google Star Trek lawsuit, I see my shit come up. So I don't know if it's the same for you. So yeah. So that's Star Trek lawsuit. We can add tardigrades to that maybe. So Plagiarism Today wrote about it back on September 11th. Then the Axonar lawsuit comes up. Then the Metro article that I shared before. Then another Axonar thing. That's the fan thing. Prelude to Axonar. All right, so we get there's my stuff again, and Sid Alpha did one. That's great. Oh, there's another one here. CBS lawsuit, Studio versus Indicate update number 1. That was from August 23rd. That is good. Did CBS steal tardigrade? That's Kowalski. And then there's us again. There's us again. And there's us again. And there's Midnight's Edge. So again, I go down and One Angry Gamer did something on it. That's good. I don't know what side he came on. That was August 26th editorial. Trek Zone, Star Trek as Little Hope. CBS promised to stop using tardigrades according to Trek Zone. CBS and Netflix sued for copyright infringement over Star Trek. CBS accused of plagiarism over Star Trek, and that is in Media Play News. Never heard of them. Rock Paper Shotgun, A Tale of Two Tardigrades. Anas Abdin's Twitter. So where's in the Metro? Again, that's good. That's proper. That the Metro reports on that. Where's Hollywood Reporter? Where the fuck is Deadline? Where are they? Where are they? They report stuff like this all the time. So why are they staying away from this one? Well, we know the answer, and I'm just going to state it again because I can. allegedly, that they're afraid to. This is access journalism. They'll get cut off from the free. I mean, I don't even think they get a Blu-ray. They probably get a free DVD. So they're selling you out for a free DVD. They're not. I mean, don't believe anything these people say ever. I listen. Some of my friends went to this. I said the Star Trek Discovery screening. A bunch of prominent tweeters were invited to the screening to tweet positively about the show. And that's exactly what they did. Not a single person walked out of there going, like, which isn't normal. Okay. You think one person would go, it was okay. Like, at least okay. Everybody came out of there going, it was amazing. It was better than Cats. I am going to see it again and again. And I'm sorry for stating the audience, but if the obvious, but if people just ever wonder why YouTube channels are growing at a pretty good clip nowadays, it's because more and more, for one, we interact with our community and we allow them to have a voice. We aren't cutting out the comments or the chat. And listen, no, I'm not going to put up with being somebody hijacking our chat and just going over and over again on the same, hounding the same point. I will eject you for that. That gets annoying. But as far as like, just disagreeing on one or two things, that's fine. That's totally cool. I think it brings good conversation to the chat. And honestly, it gets me thinking. I'm not dug in on anything. That's not how I roll. But it's just it's obvious what's going on here. CBS still has a lot of power. This lawsuit is huge. I'm sure Minute's Edge is going to come out with more info on it. What we talked about in our update is, basically that I think CBS wanted Netflix removed from it for obvious reasons, because I'm sure Netflix wants to be removed. This is just my speculation. Netflix is probably not really freaking happy that they're included on this lawsuit. Not that they're thinking they're going to lose, because I don't think Netflix thinks they're going to pay a penny. The fact of the matter is, their brand is now associated with a lawsuit. Nobody ever wants that. And that's what is in Anas Abdeen's favor right now, is he's embarrassing the crap out of them. And what sucks is it looks like I'm gonna call out every website out there, everyone except for the Metro and for One Angry Gamer. Why aren't you writing an article about this? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of like you won't get a Star Trek Discovery. Tell you what, if you write an article, I'll send you one. I'll send you a Star Trek Discovery Blu-ray. If you write a proper, balanced article on Anas Abdeen's lawsuit. One of the writers for comicbook.com. Listen, I'm good on my word on that. So if somebody from comicbook.com, some of those little websites, IO9, Bleeding Cool, where are you? What's going on? So, but I'm not going to give it up. As long as the website's going on, and I will link Anas put up an update here. I'll show it real quick. Put up an update, and I will link it in the description. Where'd he go? It's Anti-Trekker. Is Anti-Trekker still live? I know he was live at the same time I was. I'll watch his live stream when I'm done. There's our buddy Anas. And there's his his update is down here. So I will do that right now. Let's go to, there's the update. We'll copy it. We'll put it in the description. Why the heck not? Oh, look at that. Man, we got holy shit. We got 80 subscribers since yesterday. What's going on? I'm going to cough. Hang on. Sorry. My apologies. Let's get to the chat. Read up. Oh, thanks, Kato. There you go. Rock on. Look at the wrenches are just, they're like ninja wrenches. Yeah, Anas is by all accounts like a really nice person. Like every time one of us, I mean, any one of us YouTubers, Doomcock or Mecha or Mead or Anti Trekker, like bring him up. He's always thankful, like really grateful, and never asked for any kind of crowdfunding, which I think by all accounts he could, and I wouldn't begrudge him for it. Listen, anybody wants to ask for crowdfunding for anything, my policy is rock on. Don't be ashamed of, like, like if you're YouTubing, this takes time, and if somebody want to throw you some money, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, I'm not like crazy about e-begging, but like don't feel bad for making money. Don't. Okay. People give super chats and stuff out of the goodness of their heart, and it's cool. It's like the tip. We have a tip jar now. It's in the links on. I don't put my links in when I go live stream because actually YouTube really hates when you put that link outside of YouTube. They're totally okay with you linking to other videos. Um, I've heard different sides of this argument that it really does fuck with the algorithm when you link outside of YouTube. It does count against you a little bit. But I have seen no evidence of that yet. So, but I've heard that from rather large YouTubers that like don't link outside, at least until your video's been on for a while, and then you can throw the link in later. So just out of superstition, that's what I do. YouTube subscriber glitch. It happened to the other channels too. Ours is way up now, but yeah, we lost six scale combat. It happens once a week. They scrub. So if you're a YouTuber and you notice like a large, not a large, but like five, it's usually for me, it's like five subscribers just blink out of existence, it's because they've been scrubbed. But sometimes those are people who are still subscribed. So please check and make sure you're still subscribed and hit that bell if you don't mind. If you want to still sub. But yeah, so we lost 10. Who was it? Yesterday. So yesterday I was at the gym and we lost 10. And then I got home and we were up 20. So I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I've never seen a turnaround like that before, but now we're way the hell up. So yeah, I'm all good. But yeah, there's they are updating something, guys, because I have two different subscriber counts on I have one on my phone that says one number and then one online that has another. So who knows? I don't care. It's all good. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Your time is very valuable. The Thanos effect. That's it. That's it. That's probably CBS's fault too. It is. I'm going to blame everything on CBS. Intelligent flatulence. God damn, I love that name. Bravo on that name, sir. It makes my inner 12-year-old laugh. Yeah. Speaking of the Thenos. Oh man. Okay. -2 nerd points on Gary. I'll do that to myself. Thanos. I say Thanos. Okay. It's like Princess Leia. I say Princess Leia. I've been saying Princess Leia since I was a kid. I know it's Leia, but I just say Leia. I also call him Thanos, not Thanos, because I've been saying that since I was a kid. I was watching Infinity War, and yeah, I know there's a ton of problems. I know there's like some major logic problems. I still love the shit out of that movie. It is so fucking good. Now I gotta say, I like the beginning part, but my favorite part is when Thor comes down in Wakanda. That's like goosebumps right there. That was fucking awesome. And they finally like full on superhero, like he threw his hammer and fucking lightning straight like, but that I mean, like, honestly, I was waiting like 10 years for that. That was so good. And it's so good and beautiful, crisp 4K. Well, it's not really 4K, guys. When you get your 4K, it's really not 4K. But it still looks damn good. Yeah. God damn. It's such a good movie. Ah, it's such a good movie. Oh yeah, Penn Farm Girl's right. So the schedule we have, I update it all the time because my time shifts, and Mrs. Nerdrotic, as I've said before, does not care about my schedule. Some days she will, but right now she doesn't. So, and she has like this impeccable timing of like getting home or calling me or asking me to do something right before I'm going to do a live stream. And of course, I oblige her. Much obliged, Mrs. Neurotic. Um, Also, definitely if you have the Netflix, it's totally off subject, but it popped into my head because of Squirrel. Ballad of Buster Scruggs, watch it. It's Cohen. If you like Cohen brothers, if you're into what they do, it's pretty good. It's fun. Oh, thanks, Mary Ashmead. You rock too. Yeah, the DJD show says, yep, you two, more beta testing on the new stuff they just added to the Roku app. Oh, really? Yeah, and they're also going to be changing our YouTube studio. That new beta that's been up for a couple years now, that's getting they're moving over to that permanently soon, which I don't like. I don't like it. I like the old one much better. And that's a big axe. Thor went all comic book on Thanos' ass, but didn't aim for the head, which he should have done, but that was fucking rad. Mrs. Nerdrotic does rock. She rocks in many, many ways. She is funny as hell. Watched some of that last night. It was good. Yeah, I watch it. When I'm at the gym and I'm like out of music, I like go to a good action scene for at Infinity War or something, and watch it. I got this ridiculous. I don't know. It's really cheap, but with the Galaxy 8, I have like I think it's a 200 gig cloud or something, like some huge cloud. So I just watch my shit over and over again. Um, or I watched on my website. My website asks that's got terabytes on it. I could just load it up in there and give myself a private channel. By the way, that's we're really deep into the live stream, so it's just us here, right? Just us here talking. So one of the advantages of being our patrons is when we do commentary. I know a lot of patrons do commentary. They do fine work. World class bullshitters, Doomcock in particular, are very good at commentary. I'm not that good yet. I will get there. I just started, but you can watch stuff with our commentary. Yeah, you can. We do visual commentary for a little while, and we're going to be doing a visual watch party with Counterpart, with the season premiere of Counterpart. So if you want it for as little as $1, you could come into the TV party. That's going to be on the 6th, right? Is that no 9th? When does Counterpart come out? Is it the 9th? Got my calendar up here. It is the 9th. So Sunday the 9th. We're actually going to be doing a recap prior to that because so if you have Stars and it's on Amazon Prime and you're on the West Coast, it actually premieres at 9 o'clock on Saturday, which is midnight over on the East Coast. So we'll be doing it, and then we'll do our watch party on the 9th at a time where that maximizes everybody. We're going to do it through Patreon. It'll be lots of fun in Discord. We have a Discord. I don't have a link right now, and I really don't know how to use it. I'm not very good at it. So, with the popularity of superhero movies and Hollywood loving remakes, I'm a bit shocked they haven't attempted a Super Fuzz remake. You just gave an idea. Um, trying to read up on some chat here. Sorry for the silence. Oh God. Okay. I've got a Discord is overrated. I don't know yet. I don't know enough about it. It's okay. I don't mind it. I mean, if it really sucks a lot of bandwidth and power, and it does not work well with Macs. So what I wanted to talk about, Jeremy at Geeks and Gamer was doing a live stream last night. and I watch his live streams, and I like Jeremy Geeks and Gamer. This is not a dig at him at all. Okay, so this is done with total respect. He was talking about J.J. Abrams, and he was questioning. It was pretty good rant, but it was erroneous, and I'm going to correct him on something. So he was going on a rant, like, I don't understand where J.J. Abrams has gotten this reputation of not being a finisher. And he's all, tell me what project he hasn't finished. And from his point of view, I see it, but I got to correct him on something. And I wanted to do it in the chat, but it was been too hard to explain, and it was going too fast. So I've got a channel. So this is just a correction. Because I don't think you're understanding where he's got it. He's had this reputation for quite some time, maybe even before you were kind of into the guy. I don't know. Jeremy's a younger guy. So J.J. Abrams, this goes back to his Alias days. So J.J. Abrams has a well-deserved reputation for not being able to finish a product. I think it's an argument of semantics. It's not that he's physically doesn't finish. It's not like, hey, JJ, we need you to do the last shot of this movie. And he goes, no, I'm not going to finish, and walks away. No, he finishes every actual project he works on, but he is the owner of Bad Robot. Bad Robot, anything that's under Bad Robot uses a process called for storytelling called the mystery box. Okay. This basically, it's like Amblin Entertainment. Amblin Entertainment was Steven Spielberg. And what they did was they did stuff in the Steven Spielberg template. Now, it wasn't literally Steven Spielberg working on everything. So it's not literally J.J. Abrams working on everything, but it is using the J.J. Abrams template, which is based on a mystery box. Now, and please watch his TED Talk about mystery box, which I'm going to break down for you, is ending don't matter. The ending doesn't matter. The mystery box is about what we think is in the box. It's almost like what is it? The dead cat in the box thing. So what it is it's not about what the actual mystery is. It's making the journey interesting. So it's not the destination, it's the journey. Broken down to its most basic level. That's how he goes about. It is a con. It's a freaking con. It is snake oil. It is entertainment snake oil. J.J. Abrams is a reasonably talented director. His style is borrowed. I think he's a very intelligent, charming person who's been able to schmooze his way up Hollywood. But I think he is a bit of a con, allegedly. And where he gets his reputation of not being able to finish something is in the plot, Jeremy. It's not in the physical action of not finishing a movie. It's which was funny. He was a little too literal on that one. Alias started out brilliantly well, got a bunch of people in, and just went off the rails at the end. It didn't finish well. Lost brought a lot of people in. This was his main argument. He's all, what did J.J. Abrams, he's all, I don't know where Jeremy's quote, I'm paraphrasing, was, I don't know where JJ gets the reputation from Lost. He just started Lost, and then he handed it off to Lindelof, and then he was gone. So how did he not finish? J.J. Abrams is credited as a creator, as a showrunner on Lost. They're using Mystery Box, which is based on JJ's template. So the reputation is Lost didn't finish well. It brought a lot of people in. A lot of people weren't happy with the ending so J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot is associated with that. So that's where it comes from. Whether it's fair or not, I guess that can be debatable. But I personally think it's a well-earned reputation. Star Trek. He comes into Star Trek. He does listen. I enjoyed the 2009 movie. As time has gone on, the destruction of Romulus really eats at me. At the time, I was like, it's alternate universe. It doesn't really matter. So I pretend that the destruction of Romulus happened in another alternate universe. I still enjoyed the movie because it had a good cast. The next two movies sucked. J.J. Abrams came in and started the project, and before he was done with it, went off to Star Wars. Now, if you go back to Alias, he started Alias, was working heavily on Alias, then left to go work on Lost, where he left to go work on something else, to Mission Impossible, where he, and Mission Impossible was just, he basically directed that movie for hire, and it was extremely forgettable in my opinion. I remember very little about that movie. Um, Super 8. And, talk that that's a movie that really finished badly, but he gets his reputation from not finishing projects. He's a good idea man. He's a good start man. He'll go in and lay the groundwork out for something and then bail. So he's not known for finishing. Name me anything J.J. Abrams done that has been a memorable ending. So where he gets his reputation is the stories that Bad Robot tells don't have good endings. So therefore, he doesn't finish well. He's not a good finisher. And of course, there's a joke we have here that Mrs. Abrams has said that quite a bit too. We say that tongue in cheek. I don't even know if there's a Mrs. Abrams, but you know what I'm saying. So that's where the reputation comes from. I believe it's well deserved. But I mean, listen, respect to Jeremy. He's got a huge channel and he's a funny guy. But yeah, I think I just respectfully disagree with him on that one. That's all. But yeah, still a good channel and everything. And I agree with a lot of other of his points. Not every point, but a lot. And I'm a subscriber to his channel. So there. But yeah, that was just I wanted to respond in the chat. I'm like, God, I don't want to because it's hard to respond to that stuff in here. Hear the tone of voice and stuff. It's really not that serious of an argument, but I'll respectfully disagree with you on that one. That JJ has definitely earned his reputation of not being a finisher. And we'll see. Now, maybe he breaks that with episode 9. Maybe he does. JJ likes Spielberg. Well, Spielberg anointed him, by the way. He's a good pitch man. Yeah. He's incredibly charming. His TED Talk, you can see how charming he is. So I can see how he succeeded in Hollywood because it's really half talent and half charm. So many great artists have zero charm, freaking Orson Welles, one of the greatest directors ever lived and one of the most self-destructive people who ever lived, could never get that part right. Hey, Jack King Kirby, love Jack King Kirby, didn't get that part right. That's the part Stan got right. Charm goes so far. I agree with that, Destiny Captain. J.J. Abrams is a competent studio head and producer. He's not a great maker. Yeah, I think as far as executive producer, but I'll give you Westworld. Westworld, again, had a great start and went off the rails in season 2. So that's another thing with the name on it. Castle Rock. Castle Rock started really well, had a questionable ending. That's the one thing I didn't mind. I was kind of okay with the ambiguous open-ended ending with Castle Rock because I kind of saw it as a Twilight Zone. And it borrowed, but again, another part of that mystery box in JJ Abrams is he borrows a lot from other people. It's not super original. That's some of the criticism that other people have said. Many other people have said. Geekus Maximus Ben, results Gary, not results Gary, results, not Gab. He makes the money he does for a certain amount of time. And you're exactly right. That's because he's been able to kind of hoodwink people. So it's only going to last for so long. And I think this is why he's asked for this ginormous deal before he finishes episode 9, which is smart, which is really smart, because I think after episode 9, I don't know how, I think we are at peak Bad Robot. I'll just say that. And JJ Abrams couldn't carry Spielberg's freaking jockstrap. Sorry. Kirby was the working man. He was. And he wasn't a schmoozing type of dude. He was no fucking nonsense, badass. But that kind of worked against him, which sucks. But unless he was completely happy. If he was completely happy, then it didn't. Then he was fine. He didn't need all the money in the world and all the attention. He was just perfectly happy just drawing. Then there's nothing wrong with that. Yep. J.J. Abrams only got to where he was now when Spielberg brought him into his friends. Yes. Gary, oh man, I just lost it. Gary, I have a theory that the Enterprise was constructed on Earth just so JJ could have Kirk looking at it like Luke Skywalker looked at the twin sons of Tatooine. Huh? Never thought about it like that, but yeah, it is the same look, kind of cockeye. Yeah, maybe he was applying for the Star Wars job through Star Trek. Yeah, I would believe that. I'm not saying that's the case, but I like 90% of Lost. I rewatch it every year, says Destiny Captain. Cool. Six Scale Combat says Lost was the ultimate clickbait. I think Lost, yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah, I just kind of saw where it was going season one, so I kind of dipped out. And it was funny because I mean, many people, everybody, there was a bunch of people online and in my store who predicted the end after the first episode. After the first episode, so good on them. So you're saying he's a good front man, but the band usually sucks. Raven Blackheart, yes. Well, I mean, God, isn't JJ just the producer? How does he keep ending up getting all the credit? Well, he's more than just a producer. He's not just a money man, Apple Crow. He's not just a money guy. He does some writing and directing, and he's very much involved in the creation of this mystery box template. But Lindelof is part of that too. I mean, you can't, and that's what Jeremy was mentioning too, and he's absolutely right. Is like you got to lay that one Lost at the lap of Lindelof ultimately, because he was the one writing those episodes, and that's why I was super excited to hear about a freaking Watchmen TV show, and then I heard his name. I'm like, oh God damn it, son of a bitch. Frack and Frell are great. Those are definitely episode 9, The Last Star Wars. There you go. I was wondering if South Park guys will make a new version of the episodes about Indiana Jones and Star Wars squealing like pigs about how they introduced J.J. Abrams and a lot of lens flare. Oh, maybe Brian Fraser. They might. But right now they're saying cancel South Park, which is a very clever out of the box hashtag, I've got to say. Intelligent Flatulence says Lost season 5, for fuck's sake. I almost committed suicide. It was so bad. Well, don't do that. Don't do that. There's better shows. Live for better shows. And there's good food. And yeah, just life. Current day Hollywood is too much soy and not enough cocaine. You're saying increase the cocaine. Six Scale Combat. Maybe that's what we need. We've been a little critical of the Coke party, but maybe that's not happening enough. Maybe they've sobered up a little bit too much. Is that what you're saying? Kind of like everybody, wonders if what the Beatles would have been like. A sober Beatles band is not anything I am interested in hearing ever. Any news on new Dune movie or a potential sequel to Mad Max Fury Road? Mad Max Fury Road is not going to happen. George Miller, and that's my opinion. George Miller is in his 70s and he's doing another film right now. I won't say not happening. If we get a Mad Max Fury Road, it has to be in production within the next 5 years or we're not going to get it. As far as I heard there was some movement on some Dune stuff. I don't know exactly. If anybody knows in the chat, please feel free to share. I am totally okay with that. Farm boy meets old man warrior in a bar and tells him a story about his great dad. Boy goes off and has to save someone on a ship with the power to destroy a planet and blow up said ship. Star Trek 2009. Ah, that's funny. Well done, KS. Are we at 69 likes? 69. That's the year I was born too. Venture Brothers will give you something to live for. God damn it. Yeah. Lost five, like using something way too small, censored. Thank you for self-censoring the DJG show. Soy cane. Soy cane. Oh God. Oh God. That soy cane will make zombies. Lick that button, everybody. Dune's still in the works. Last I checked, said the DJD show. Yeah, I heard something about that too, and that would be great. That would be great. Excuse me. Another another bad reboot production of Dune. I'm not sure. You think eventually we'll get a good one, right? Go Team Venture, says Mary Ashmead. Absolutely. Well, we can certainly hope, but as we say here and say it along with me, kids, hope is not a strategy. 120 plus in here. Yeah, we've been doing good today. The ratings for the Nooners are getting better, so I'm going to keep doing them if you guys are enjoying them. That's cool. I dig it, man. This is a great way to start the day, talking to my friends. And then I go off and do my stuff, and I listen to other YouTubers all day. I got to finish watching Origin. We don't have. Yeah, we do have a video. I'm putting out a video today at 3:30. It is all ready to go on Doctor Who. Son of a Red Shirt. I love that name. So your dad died at the hands of Kirk. Do you want to get revenge on Kirk, or do you understand that your dad probably, just was in the wrong place at the wrong time and had to make the sacrifice so Captain James T. Kirk could live another day and make out with a beautiful green woman? I love the Dune and the Children of Dune miniseries. Haven't read the books enough, so can't judge that, says Kiddo Roan. I watched the Dune miniseries. I was okay with it. You know what they had is great soundtracks. They had really good soundtracks. Nooners are awesome, says Six Scale Combat. Yes, they are. And our show is awesome as well. But Nooners are actually better. An actual Nooner. Would love to see a cinematic universe on TV or film in the visual style of Scott Pilgrim film. Flaming sword fights, basically a live action arcade game mixed with the raid. I love the Scott Pilgrim movie and how that's done. I absolutely love how it's edited and done. Yes, I want to. Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to. God, Edgar Wright's Ant-Man, I think would have been something special. I think it would have been like an Artur film, but it wouldn't have fit in the MCU. So maybe DC can get Edgar Wright to go maybe make an Atom, and we can go from there. I predict Dune will be made in today's Hollywood. It's called Anti-Feminist back in the day, but Dune should be in Netflix. Each book is a season. Yeah, I would like to see Dune kind of Game of Thrones, like just as far as being on a cable network, and each book should be a season. I completely agree with that. Scott Pilgrim is a great film. I love it. If you want revenge on Kirk, you wouldn't have to, because he killed my father, because he slept with my mother, because he is my father. God damn it. Nooners and Friday Night Tights, yo. That's right. That's right. Gary starts today at the crack of noon. Hilarious. No. It's actually noon here right now. I used to start my day at the crack of noon, Son of Red Shirt, at the comic store. We used to open up at 12. So I'd roll out of bed at like 10 because I'd be up at 3 in the morning. That is not my life today. My life today is I was up at 6, got up at 6, got the kid ready to go off to Aunt Stacy's, and mom's at Mrs. Nerdrotic is at work. My oldest son lives in SoCal now, so it's just me and the dogs. Went out, worked out, got my Pete's, started the live stream. That's how it rolls. It's 2 p.m. over there. So you're in the central time, intelligent flatulence. You're in the central time zone. High noon is now time for nerds. It is. It is. Movie. Thanks for wrenching today, bud. Dark Angel Ire. Yeah. He just says, yeah. Yeah. Canada. Okay. Good old Canada. It's 21-13 over Andre. Where are you, Andre? 21-13. So Europe, somewhere in Europe. Is that a good guess? Especially with a name like Andre? Maybe. I don't know. You need to get sponsorship from Pete's. I would take that. They give me my coffee for $1. I mean, they're all the time now, so they give me like the employee price. So that's really cool. They don't need to do that. Czech Republic, Andre, that's awesome. I hope you can keep watching us. But we love the Czech Republic. We love Andre. Andre is a new patron, and welcome, my friend. Look forward to talk to you in one of the hangouts soon. Clone Commander Jeremy, 8 p.m. What's up, Clone Commander Jeremy? I'm pulling double duties, Clone Commander Jerry and British Jeremy, supporting my man. Hey, I love Jeremy. Okay. I just disagree with him on JJ, but that's okay. I agree with 85% of what Jeremy says. So that's most. I've been a subscriber since he had, oh my God, since last December. So it was before he blew up. I'm not allowed a clock. Oh, why not? It's 2:30. Do we need to get you, man? Send a signal. You can't blink, but type F if you need to be broken out of somewhere. We'll come get you. Saquist says it's 2:13 in Houston, Texas time, because Houston, Texas has its own time. Well, if anybody wants the rights to Mad Max Fury Road and others, one scale, Rollpark Dune, library, low price, 250 million. That's it. Texas time is the best time. Hail Andre Merrick. That's right. Hail Andre. Fucking hail Andre. Greetings from Lubbock, Texas, home of the new Mesa Verde Bank with expanded break room, says Destiny Captain. That's right. Mesa Verde. Well, our Wyoming location is doing really well. So we wonder if we could swing it, where we can bank and do some meth. Clone Commander Jeremy, Nerdrotic channel, man. I'm supporting you. Oh, I know. Oh, no. Hey, man, no, it's all good. I agree with the JT can't finish anything. No, I'm Clone Commander Jeremy. I'm glad that any of the Jeremys are here. No, it's all good, my friend. No, I didn't take it like that at all. Sorry if I came off like that, buddy. We're glad you're here. And thanks for supporting us, too. Travis is pressing F, so he needs to be broken out somewhere. Okay, everybody find out where Travis is. What do you get? Like a posse together to break somebody out? It's 3:30 in Ohio. Says plays with squirrels. How do you play with squirrels exactly? I mean, not judging. I mean, I live in San Francisco. There's a lot of weird shit happens here. So, yeah. Ohio. Getting weird in Ohio. That's cool. I like that. Liam Hodgett says it's 2015. So he's like an hour away or an hour different time zone than our friend Andre there in the UK. Liam's awesome. He's a patron too. We love Ian. Hey, Andre, I got a couple of your messages. I apologize. I haven't responded yet. I will respond today. Thank you for taking the time to write them. That is brilliant. Looking back, ironically, execution of the 7 deadly X's in Scott Pilgrim feels more like an old high school kung fu immortal weapons Iron Fist type story that most live action. That's why I wanted Edgar Wright to do a legit superhero movie. The editing in that movie is superb. I'll tell you right now, I don't like the comic. I never liked the comic. I sold it made me a ton of money, but I was never a fan of the comic book. but I love the movie. I think it's good. Uh, who is in the Czech Republic? Thank you for spawning Prusa 3D printers. That is Andre. Andre's in the Czech Republic. South Dakota has a sign at the state line that says, "Welcome to South Dakota. Set your watches back 20 years." Raven Blackheart, have you heard of Roscoe, South Dakota? That is where my dad's family is from, and I've spent a lot of time there. I used to spend my summers there when my dad thought I was a little too rebellious and thought that some farming would straighten me out. And all I did was learn how to drink more back then. That's why I started. Yeah, smoking cigarettes, drinking, shooting things. Uh, got to slaughter some chickens. Didn't like that very much. I didn't like that at all. Got to drive a combine. That was fucking balls. That was awesome. Yeah. Let's hear it for the wrenches, everybody. Let's hear it for the wrenches. Well done. Thank you, Saquist. That is so nice. Cookies. I want cookies. See? Cookies. Yeah. Question: how do you think the Karate Kid season 2 will go? Do you think that Kreese is back, or it's just a hallucination? Oh, he's back. He's back. He's going to be part of the show. I loved Cobra Kai, man. I dug every second of it. It was just fun. It reminds you like that you can be fun with stuff and you can handle and the fact that it took some cracks at political correctness. The writer, I can't remember his name, but he's my fucking hero just for doing that, just for showing both sides of something, with equal levity, and it was like so well done. I haven't heard anybody criticize it. I'm sure somebody will come in now. I thought it sucked, but that's fine. Really, really good. And I can't wait. I don't know. Does anybody know when season 2 is coming out? Oh man, it makes me uh collecting mushrooms from the evaporators, says Mr. B Natural. Hmm. Uh Standing ovation to the wrenches. Oh, most definitely. Thank you. Well done. Movie Fanobi, Penn Farm Girl, Kato Roan, Mary Ashmead. Mary Ashmead, like one of the hardest working wrenches on YouTube. Like she is so many places. And they don't have to do this. They don't have to do this. Movie Fanobi, thank you for the $1.99 super chat that I missed earlier. Queen Penn is working hard. Praise the queen. Praise. Hail Penn Farm Girl. Penn Farm Girl is awesome. She found this. I guess there's a thing called Nerd Curd in Wisconsin, and their logo kind of looks like our Nerdrotic logo. And she got like basically a Nerdrotic logo from them. Yeah. And no, I'm not going to sue them. I had my logo first. But like, it's really tough to trademark the glasses with the tape. Trust me, because it's out there so much. So I had to kind of roundabout trademark my logo, but it has to have my name in it, because nobody can trademark the nerd glasses with tape. It's impossible. I'm just going to see if I haven't missed any chat. I was hoping that Kreese would be like Ninja from Afro Samurai. Afro Samurai is awesome. Oh, you do? Why do you have a long night? Is Doomcock streaming tonight? I saw something come across my notifications, but I didn't see. I'm sure somebody's streaming tonight. Ray Rain says, Gary, I wasn't going to watch the Titans. Then I saw your first review and gave it a chance. I agree with you. It's better than anything CW so far. Yeah, and that's pretty much where I stand with it. Whether it's really good or not, it is not the Titans. And it's like so many things that are out right now, Ray. It's super divisive. I hear
Like, this is not Titans. This is total crap. And like, people have some valid points because like Starfire is not anything like Starfire in the comics. This is way darker than the comics. And again, I invite anybody to debate differently on that one. It depends on what your experience is with the comics, how far back you've read. I mean, I go way back with reading Teen Titans comics, and while they had adult themes, they weren't dark. This is dark and violent. Now they've tried to bring some more levity. It's gotten better since they got away from Kiva Goldsman, but some of the performances are not well. Like the girl playing Rachel, like I was okay with her at first. She's not very good. I'm sorry. Starfire, while the actress is fine, she's not portraying Starfire. So I got to criticize that too. Dick is good. Dick is good. Dick's doing well. And then all the other characters are great. Like the Doom Patrol was like really good. You know, the nuclear family was great, and they killed him. Yeah. Yes, you did, son of a red shirt. I was born in 69. Me too, brother. Quick question. How the hell do you keep the color in your beard when mine looks like a bowl of cinnamon and sugar? I don't know. I don't color my beard. It's getting gray right here. It's getting gray. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was relatively hard on my body in the past, so I should like a 75-year-old guy, but I don't. I like. I'm getting old though. I'm getting old, and that's okay. I don't mind it. Oh, Maverick, what's up? Maverick MX, Hawk and Dove. Hawk and Dove. I didn't mind Hawk and Dove other than they didn't bring in their powers. Okay, which well, I kind of ended up being right. Like, you know, Hawk was getting his ass kicked, and Dove was like came out of things without a scratch, but then she ended up kind of in a bad way. So maybe this leads to them getting powers, but listen, even in the silly superhero world, a 105-pound supermodel is not going to be kicking 300-pound guy's ass. If she kicks one in the chest, even with her flying kick, she's going to bounce off the guy. Okay, because it'd be like hitting a wall for her. They need to give him superpowers. They need to explain stuff. And I would say the same for a 105-pound guy. If a 105-pound guy is like taking out 6'5" dudes, it's silly unless he's got superpowers. Tom Cruise. Okay, so Doomcock is going live at 9 Central, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time. I hope I can make that. I have got oh yeah, I'm probably not. I'll catch the last half. I got an AA meeting tonight. What's up, Daniel Nolan? How's it going? Am I ever going where? I'm trying to answer your question. Am I ever going where, Daniel? Are you ever going to Nerdrotic? Oh, it's the shirts. Yes. Okay, so Melissa and I talked about that this morning. There's 2 shirts we're going to be making. So the Nerdrotic shirts, I was holding out because I like this soft fabric. All right. I don't like that like you know, some of the stuff that Zazzle offers and Cafe Press, which is where I made my prototype shirts through. The material on the shirt it felt like wearing like canvas. And that's not comfortable. So I want to give you guys options. Plus, I don't want to sell through somebody. I'd rather put some money up front and get myself a low number of t-shirts at first. I'm going to give some to the patrons, and I'm going to sell some and see how they do. So I don't really want to sell through somebody, but I don't know. Crypto Fashion is somebody I might use though, because I bought a couple shirts through them and I liked it. I liked them a lot. So God, I got to hurry on that though. Yeah, the holidays kind of crept up on me, and I need yeah, so I will be getting some funds very soon to take care of that. Been waiting on a little money. So otherwise I'll make my own. Daniel, uh listen, you're in town. Are you can you wear a large? If you can wear a large, I have one for you. We can meet at the comic shop or something. Or you can come by my house. You know where I live. um How good was Dick? Asked Saquist. Dick was pretty good. I gotta say, Dick was pretty good. You know, the after Dick was slapping Jason around quite a bit. But Dick has really grown as a character. He's grown on me as a character. But I think if you continue to focus on Dick, there is the danger of too much Dick, you know. We always have that danger of like it seems like there is a little bit too much Dick going on. But if you find you can use Dick in the right places, Dick will produce. Yeah, I don't know. I tried. That was really bad. We're talking about Titans. So Doctor Who had another white straight villain. Does anything else feel that this is gotten stale? Nathan Norman. It was another white straight villain who needed a hug. Um, and the logic behind his terrorist act was to save jobs, I'm going to kill people. Yes. Am I hungry yet? No. 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 Uh, that's funny. Yes. It is San Francisco. It is San Francisco, and that's okay. I don't judge that stuff here, but just not personally. And no, I'm hungry for an avocado, turkey and avocado sandwich on some white ass bread, on some of that artesian white bread. I like that stuff, and probably some more coffee. Uh, Doctor Who, what a failure! Absolute failure, utter failure. 7 episodes in, it's without a doubt. Now I gave it a chance. It's off the cliff. It's gone. I'm doing another video about that today. Dick just has to grow on you a little bit more before its present feels like a good fit. Dick's been training those kids pretty hard. Yes. Oh my God. It's gotten to the point where it's bad now. Like there's a line in there, where's Dick? And we're just start laughing instead. Yeah. Richard Bussetti says, hearing you talk about Titans makes me laugh constantly. Maybe there are some perks in talking about Dick. There is. Uh, I'm sure I'm leaving a lot of Dick jokes on the floor, but yeah, we'll figure out some more. Any truth to the new people on Doctor Who? What truth is that? That the new people are the ones who are running it are ideological freaking pinheads? Yes, that is the truth. Um, Dick seems deep, like he wants to touch you inside. Ah, yes. Dick. Hey, Dick was sensitive this episode. Dick was sensitive. White ass beard. What's an ass beard? Well, Rich, I think you know what one is. Uh, there's probably some people out there with an ass beard. I don't want to think about that. I really don't. I want to talk about some jokes. Uh, uh, like the kids at the orphanage, they called Robin Dick. Hey, Dick. Oh, okay. Did you hear that Jody and the other showrunner are gone next year? It's a rumor at this point. I have heard that Jody is only going to be doing one season rumor for quite some time, but I didn't put any weight into it. Um, that yeah, but I have heard that rumor. Yes. Chris Chibnall being gone. I hope that one's true. I think that one I can believe. Like maybe that's why there's a production delay, but that would delay they delayed it a year for him. But they also see the episodes before everybody else. They could not have been happy about this stuff. They can't. And the ratings are dropping. They are dropping. I don't think yesterday's ratings are out on here in America yet. Let's see. Doctor Who Blam ratings. I don't know how quick you guys can ratings. Doctor Who season 11 spoilers. BBC. What did they do? What'd they do? Here, let's read this together. I was just looking for some Doctor Who news, but I think we got some here. That's different. I don't know what the blunder was. Did they spoil something accidentally? Doctor Who season 11 continued on BBC tonight with Kerblam, but many were left questioning. Here, I got to pause that. Sorry. I don't want to have that on there. Many were questioning an apparent blunder at the start of the show where Ryan Sinclair popped some bubble wrap inside the TARDIS. Oh, yeah. Tonight's episode of Doctor Who saw a mysterious message arrive in the packaging and address the Doctor playing Jodie Whittaker, leading to Brian. Yeah, so at the beginning of the episode, Ryan pops some bubble wrap. I just think that package was sent prior to the bubble wrap, maybe. But yeah, that is kind of a plot hole if you think about it. But I don't think they thought about it that much, so that doesn't matter. I'm looking for Doctor Who ratings. I didn't see any, so if you guys see any, I'm not going to search. My guess in the UK is overnight will be. My guess is 5 million, 5.55 million. Oh, here, okay, 5.93 million viewers in the UK. That was from 10 hours ago. So if I go to TV series finale. Here's the deal. I don't believe ratings unless they're by an independent agency. So I don't know who gives the ratings in the UK, and maybe it is an independent agency. And I still don't believe them because they have to get them from the BBC, and the BBC could lie or fudge. I don't expect them to. Why would you be honest and open about that if you don't have to? I know for a fact that the box office that you guys see, that is nowhere near the truth of what the real box office is. It's all estimate. You know that word estimate? It's nowhere near the truth. A lot of fuzzy, I mean, I'm stating the obvious here. There's a lot of very funky math in Hollywood. So, oh, yeah. Okay. No, it didn't come out yet. So the ratings again have gone down for Doctor Who here in America. They've gone from a 0.45 in the 18 to 49 demo, which is about a 1.3 million viewers. It has now dropped to 700,000 overnight viewers. So that's, you lost 50% of their audience from season one. And that percentage has reflected what has happened in the UK. There it is down 50% from the first episode, and they can't be happy about that. Now you can say the ratings are still good, and that's great. That's awesome. But they're not. A 50% drop is not good. I watched that Kerblam clip on YouTube before Sunday episode. Someone said that's what? Robophobic? Some of my best friends are robots. Wow, just wow. They got to be fun. They got to be making fun of it. They do. BBC is allowed to lie. It's a government organization. I was told it wasn't, Nathan, but I always thought it was. So I honestly, yeah, if they lie, it's a breach of the public trust, and they could lose their license or have the board arrested. They still lie because you'd have to prove the lie. Now I don't think they listen. I think they fudge. I'll just say that. I don't think you're getting super accurate numbers. You're getting estimates. Um, Based on what I don't know where the BBC gets their information. Like here in the States, you have to collate information from they have Nielsen, right? Which is just a sample size, which it's one in every thousands of families. But if you go to Comcast, they absolutely track everything you watch, everything. And the streaming services, absolutely. I know this for a fact. Like Netflix knows who watches what, when, and where, and everything. They know everything about their viewers. Um, yes, and Arbitron. Broadcast or digital, they can exactly measure it. They can. So whether they tell us the truth, though, no. Like I said, I don't take anything any corporation or politician says on face value anywhere. I think we're told around the truth. How's that sound? Does that sound better? Somewhat around the truth, like an estimate, like what they think the truth is. Uh, Always keep them guessing, CD Horde. Always keep them guessing. Got to keep those mysteries going. Um, Yeah, my weird conspiracy theory about Avatar is there's no way it made that much money. I was working in LA at the time it came out on its opening weekend. And I went to the biggest 3D theater there was. Maybe it was just like this in LA. It was empty on its opening weekend. It was empty. So, but it's still considered the highest, although the highest grossing movie on the box office is bullshit. The real one is the adjusted for inflation. I heard Venom today passed like the original Star Wars as far as all time gross. Do you believe that shit? But if you adjust it for inflation, it's never going to be close. Gone with the Wind is the most popular movie of all time, period. If you look at adjusted for inflation, it made billions and billions of dollars. And that's when people really needed to escape. I mean, that might have been the very first tangible data on escapism because it was during the Depression or towards the end, I believe. And yeah, life was sucking. Life was sucking back then. Uh, yeah, I like the 3D. Listen, I love James Cameron. Uh, it's the only movie from James Cameron I don't like is Avatar. I like all of his other movies. I'm a big fan. I love True Lies. I love True Lies. Um, yeah, I love all his movies except for Avatar. They keep forgetting adjusted for population numbers. Oh, yeah, they do. Avatar, aka Dances with Wolves in Space. Yes. I just kept thinking, like, man, Cameron's better than this. Cameron's better than this. And maybe the sequels will be better. I'll be open to that. I'm gonna go watch them and stuff. And apparently they wrapped principal photography a couple days ago. So I mean that doesn't mean shit. Principal photography in an Avatar film is like maybe 1% of the process. Do you think if Dick makes out with Starfire that he would tickle her tonsils? They already have, which is actually from the comics. I think if Dick will get burned, Dick will get burned if he messes with Starfire. There'll be some burning Dick, quite literally. I have never seen Titanic. Yeah, I mean, I like Titanic. It's okay for the time. I mean, it's not nothing a movie I'm going to go back and watch over and over again. Okay, and I didn't get caught in the fear of God. It was so weird. That was a weird time. You guys, you remember that? Like, there was a lot of people into Titanic. There was people like really into that movie. Really into that movie. There was Titanic cry parties. Like they would like people would get together, and this wasn't just all women. Okay, this was men and women going to Titanic. Yes, Dick had relations with Starfire. Dick Fire. Dick fire. Oh my God. That is a, I gotta like, yeah, man, I gotta, yeah. It's time. The hunky chunky funky monkey. I don't know if you're out there, buddy. I think I fixed your Y problem. I think this is the updated one. I got to show my Patreon video. We're gonna have to wrap this up. I got a 2:00. I got a 2:00 today, folks. I got a 2:00 appointment with my sponsor. So what you're seeing here, once I hit play, you're just seeing our logo right now. It doesn't do shit. This is our not up to date Patreon video, which is missing Andre. So I apologize for that. I want to thank everybody for coming in. And of course, we got to get to the super chats as well. We'll get to the super chats. We do this every Monday and Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. And maybe someday we'll do this daily. I mean, I think you guys would seriously burn out on me. So I'm not going to do that for right now. But I do a Thursday and a Tuesday and Thursday nooner on Patreon as part of our Patreon. And we also do a hangout on Sunday. We do some Expanse commentary. You also get stuff. Packaging is almost together. It's a major process. We'll just say that. But it's almost together, and everybody should have everything before Christmas. God, I owe David Hill. So David Hill won our Expanse contest. I just got the package back. I screwed up on the packaging or something like that. So sorry about that, buddy. Your Blu-rays I'm going to give it one more chance, man. That's trouble with international shipping. It's iffy. So, yes. All the super chats from today. I want to thank Movie Fanobi for $1.99, Steele Johnson for $2, Pope Size for 50 SEKs, whatever those are. Steele Johnson for $4.20, Divid 22 for $2, Divid 22 for $2. Movie Fanobi for $1.99, Movie Fanobi for $1.99. Will you? Oh, did I miss this one? Was a question nerd LOL no turkey dinner? I don't know. I'm sorry I missed that one. Movie. God, shout it out to me. And of course, Movie Fanobi for $1.99. And we can share that real quick. There's those great super chatters right there. Thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right. Please go to nerdrotic.com. Nerdrotic.com is our website, and that's our backup for everything. If anything ever happens to YouTube, go to nerdrotic.com. Our live schedule is there on the right. Yay, I can communicate with you guys through the community tab. I will not make that a habit though, because I know it can get annoying. So maybe a poll once in a while, and just the schedule, or if there's some crazy update. Please remember this Sunday, please tell your friends if they are comic book fans at 2 p.m. Pacific time, November 25th. We will have Derek Robertson from Transmetropolitan, The Boys, Happy. He is the co-executive producer of the upcoming The Boys TV series on Amazon Prime, and a friend of mine. He will be joining us here live at 2 p.m. answering your questions. And our next nooner will be Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. Please look out for a video today at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. It is a Doctor Who video. And then, and also keep an eye out for any kind of reaction news videos. I have time to do those, so I'm going to be doing more of those throughout the week. Our next TV show we're going to cover, there will be I might do a Manifest video tonight. I might. Definitely going to be doing a Gifted video tomorrow, but it's just a video. It's going to be a very short video, giving my thoughts. I'll finish it, but yeah, I don't know. But the next show we're actually going to cover live is Titans. So, which is, it's okay. It's getting better. And thank God Counterpart cannot come quick enough. Please hurry, December 9th. And we'll be doing a watch party on Patreon. So thanks again, everybody. Mary Ashmead, Rich Silverwood, Nathan Norman, Langley, M. Neely, Saquist, Cato Roan, Lamac, Ajax, The DJ D Show, Discover, He Knew, whatever that is, Mr. B Natural, Six Sail Combat, Tim F, JD Brisbois, Greekus Maximus Ben, Mark Mignata, Nihilist Shadow, Lamac Ajax, Mr. Twisted 72, KSSS, Ray Rain, Hail Rain, Rashid C, CD Horde, Mary Ashmead and her wrench, Matthew Matson, Movie Fenobi and his wrench, Love Pawn, Philip A. Demick, he had sex with Starfire. Is that how he got his name, Dick Grayson? That's Love Pawn. Going up more. Rich Silverwood. Welcome. Intelligent Flatulence. Hey, I hope I still earned your oh man, I just spoiled Titanic for you. Sorry. Spoilers. Excuse me. Travis. Did we break Travis out yet? He still needs help. Jim J. Andre Merrick. The great Andre Merrick, thank you for joining us. And of course, being a new patron, thanks again. Just looking to see if there's any new names here. It looks like Felipe Diaz. What's up? What's going on? And we're going up. Dark Angel Ire. Excuse me. SC is here. And Son of a Red Shirt. And Liam Hodgetts. That's as high as I can go. So everybody have a great day. Be good to each other. And I'll see you Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. And again, please watch out for our video later today. May the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Cheers.